button should do that. Should be us a go. Provided I think it's broken.
Are we live now?
Yeah, we should be.
What the buck is up, every pony?
Hello.
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 Our missing compatriot returns this week. Say hello. Lightning. Poke, poke. That's you.
Hello.
There she is.
So, clearly they're shy. Alright, who wants to give a quick rundown of what happened last time for lightning's sake?
Nightshine does.
I
Yes.
don't.
Yes, you do.
Let me try to remember. Where did the session start last time?
We were over the water on our way to Galloping Dam.
Yeah.
We decided to make Lord Weasel become King Weasel, and he will be the one to lead the charge against the humans.
I don't think that's accurate.
Yeah, no.
That's
like-
the
You're just jumping the shark now.
Yeah, okay. You know
no.
what? Nightshine is fired. He's not allowed to tell stories anymore,
Yay!
which was his plan all along, obviously. All right, so last time on the end times, let me swallow this candy in my mouth. There we go. We had started out over the water. There was a bit of talk and negotiations on where we should head to next. The party decided that Galloping Dam should be the next location we go to. We arrived there, and preparations are well underway, and we managed to make it back just in time for the running of the dam, which will be happening in the following morning. We decide to spend the day first making contact with both of the mayors. The southern mayor, as expected, was very welcoming and allowed us to speak to him. The northern mayor was unavailable. They seem to be having city side competition, so like the south is competing against itself to put its best forward, as is the north, and then they will be competing against each other. We haven't confirmed with the north, but the south has decided that whoever wins, they will be declared the champion of Galloping Dam, not just Galloping Dam north or south. So there are attempts to make at least some headway with unification. We have no idea what the cultural aspects are going to be as far as music and arts go, but I'm looking forward to that. While we were crossing the dam from south to north, Nightshine decided that the best way to get the sea ponies involved was to jump over the dam directly into the water. An even more brilliant plan was for our local paladin, Alexander, to jump right in after him, full plate and all. They both nearly died, but they didn't. So we got them back up onto the bridge, and we spent the rest of the day researching for the Chaos Knights. We got a lot of good information about who the Chaos Hunters are and the Hell Knights are. Seems they had a fraternity amongst themselves called the Chaos Knights, and it's been very interesting.
I think that's roughly where we left off.
Cool.
Just before the beginning of the day on the running of the dam. So you basically wake up and most things are in full swing in regards to obviously the festival starting to gear up. But it is first thing in the morning, so nothing too drastic happens. I believe the first thing what will happen would be Milkfist, you're sending that message for Burnt, I believe.
Oh, we did do that before we left. So yes, I had
Yeah.
prepped my pills, and we sent a message to Burns Master, and the response back was, "I found something at least someone. The demon of metal you often spoke about. I am hurt, but somewhere safe and recovering." So we do know that Burns Master is at least alive and for the time being safe.
Yeah, and that raises some worry, so.
But your master's alive, so you shouldn't
Yeah.
worry.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, that's the worrisome thing. We need to kill him now.
But that's pretty much what's happened. All what's happened the first thing in the morning. There's no ceremony today for like prayers and stuff, given that the celebration's going on. So there's none of that normal normal activity going on. Everyone's sort of setting up for the or getting up and ready to start setting up. So you guys probably have an hour or two before anything major starts getting going. We'll be looking at like everything starting at roughly about 10 o'clock.
What does the security look like for this? Do they have any guards patrolling the city, making sure that everything is safe and that there's no nothing out of the ordinary happening?
You're not seeing too much in regards, well, at least at the moment, you're not seeing any sort of like massive guard presence. At least nothing more than what you would normally expect.
I honestly, I was thinking about this recently, and I think it would be a good idea to have one of us on guard duty just in case something were to try attacking, because you can't really be too sure.
The city is huge. One person couldn't protect it all.
Well, I understand that, but like get some guard routes planned and just do a security walk around the city every uh, 30 minutes or so.
Well, that'll probably be enough time for you to walk your 30-minute, walk your route, and then to start walking your route again.
True.
Burned, loosen up. It's a celebration. Enjoy the culture.
This is true. I'm sorry, I'm just so used to being on alert.
Oh, you should always be on alert. Always expect the unexpected. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy the festival at the same time. Just keep scanning from left to right.
True. Yeah, I do need to loosen up, don't I? He he gives a bit of a uh, laugh at that.
I do believe the competitions were open to outsiders as well.
Yes.
So if there are
I
any
mean,
martial,
there's mostly fun game ones, but there are sort of more martial ones, as well as archery and testing your strength. But there's also the more sort of gamey type ones, throwing rings on things, throwing balls at stuff, that type of stuff.
are there any games that would require good memory?
Um, then those will probably be more the sort of fun game type of things. There's none really which are like the main competition ones. Most of the competitive games which are more being heavily pushed are the more martial based ones. Um, and you are seeing most of the martial based ones seem to be taking place on the southern side. Mostly a lot of them near where the Blazes Temple is.
That makes sense. What about on the northern side? What do they seem to be propagating?
Um, they mostly sort of uh, like fun games, food stores. There are a number of ponies who are selling various different types of crafted items, artwork. The sort of standard stalls you would get at a festival-like place. Um, you do have some activities like test your strength, where you've got to like hit a mallet. You take a mallet, you hit a thing, and it sends a thing up to hit the bell, that sort of stuff. There's some There are some more physical ones, but they seem to be aimed at more younger individuals, children and stuff, rather than for like adults to actually take part in it.
Okay, important question. Are there dumb prizes like a giant teddy bear?
Yes, there will be dumb prizes and stuff like that.
Now I'm just like, should I try to win a teddy bear for lightning?
So yeah, there are numerous types of games and stuff. You've got you do have like a small obstacle course that's been put together that you can run along, and various things like that. I mean, if you go to a fun fair, it's all those sort of things that you could potentially find.
Is there a bungee cord that goes off the bridge into the river?
No.
No, too bad, Nightshine.
I don't need the cord.
Yeah, you do that just fine on your own.
Well, I mean, think about it. If there were a bungee cord, you could jump off the bridge all day long instead of just doing it once and drowning.
I can do it twice, because I already did it one time and survived.
Nightshine, why did you jump off the bridge?
Because he tried getting the sea ponies' attention when they
Yes.
wasn't housing on dry land.
But why? You could have just walked down to the edge of the river.
Out of
That's-
character, that would not have been nearly as dramatic.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have an encounter all last session. We needed to do something to mix it up.
Yeah.
You could have at least done a backflip.
No, I can't. My
I don't know, I mean-
dexterity is horrible.
I'm disappointed in you for not doing one.
His swan dive compared with Alexandrite's belly flop and full armor, both are actually very impressive.
Why did you jump in fully decked in plate armor?
Because he decided not to drop everything and just to dive in without thinking.
Why would you do that?
Because it's Alexandrite.
And it takes you a long time to remove his armor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, Nightshine, I need you to wait for just 5 minutes while I take my armor off. Don't drown, okay?
Just
Okay.
get the speedy undress spell. From
Now with my 2 spell slots I can do.
Wait, is that from Pathfinder Devices?
I didn't catch that.
Never mind. You'll never know now. I'll never spill the secrets.
Oh, too bad.
But yeah, so you guys can take part in the fun and games. The running of the dam itself is scheduled for midday, so it will basically start happening. And the idea of the running of the dam is those who want to start on the north side start on the north side. Whoever wants to start on the south side start on the south side. Basically, it's the same for each side. You run up and down twice, and basically the first one to cross each side, cross the finishing line is the winner. Basically, there are people who are with basically stop clocks and stuff like that, checking stop. Some devices are able to measure time down to like the sort of seconds with like sang timers and stuff like that to see who has won basically.
Cool.
Whoever wins isn't something is known straight away, as things have to be checked between the south and the north, unless there's an obvious clear winner. So, but it's normally announced towards the end of the sort of festival here.
Milk looks to Alexandrite and Burnt. The two of you should compete in the martial competition.
You think so?
I'll
Absolutely.
cheer for you, Alex.
You're not going to compete?
Wait,
Me?
me? Marshall?
I thought you would do well in the running of the dams.
I'll participate in the running of the dam.
Maybe
know-
if I could fly. She chuckles.
You know what? Sure. Hey, Alexandrite, why don't we enter? Are there any? Are there? I'm sorry, I didn't mean for my voice to come out that loud. Um, are there any team-based martial competitions? Deal.
No, it seems that the competitions are more solo based. Um, Depending on you can compete in various different weapon groups or archery.
All right. Yeah, Bernd is gonna sign up for the longsword or single-bladed category.
Yep.
Alexander will also sign up for that one.
Oh God.
Time for
Rematch.
No shitting this time.
The Sun Temple could use
Oh,
some representation over there.
Alex, do you want me to enlarge person and bolster Imperial?
Unfortunately, that won't be allowed. The competition strictly stated no magical interference.
Oh.
It's a test of skill, so you are expected not to go in with magical equipment as well.
Maybe if there was a hide and seek competition, then.
I believe there is one organised for the kids to do if you wish to take part.
Exactly. For the children.
Lightning's just going to be like, nah, I'll kick all these children's asses at this.
I'll kick their asses at hide and seek. Just watch me.
Milk Thistle smiles. Actually, I think I want to join that competition. I'm very good at finding things.
Ah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go hide in a bush and cast invisibility.
All right. Nightshot, I'm sure if you look, there's probably a petting zoo for ducks.
I was going to try to find the mayor's dad.
You want to find the man's dad?
Yeah, he
Why?
knows stuff.
So you're going to continue your research during the festival?
I mean, I will be at the festival, at the soft part of the festival.
Wait, what kind of stuff?
I don't know. That's why I'm gonna ask him.
Ah, I suppose I could come with you.
Yay!
Alright, let's go then.
All right.
Look, Alex. I'll be cheering for you.
All right.
So
Have fun.
move us to 10 o'clock, where the festival obviously will start to kick off.
Obviously, we get all the carny food.
Yep.
Yeah, if you don't gain 7 pounds by the end of today, you did it wrong.
Basically, yeah. So I mean, there's all the sorts of like sweets that you can get. There's obviously also other food as well being prepared there, as a number of the local inns that are nearby and stuff are doing food, so you can buy more traditional meals rather than just your junk food from stalls and stuff.
Where's the fun in that? You need like something deep fried and on a stick.
Cheese on a stick.
Exactly.
Just put some batter in a deep fryer and have battered batter.
Yeah.
Well, you can
Deep
definitely,
fried carrots on a stick.
you can definitely get yourselves some deep fried apples.
Deep fried apples. I've never heard of that one.
Well,
Oh, that's a thing. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
No,
That's almost like deep fried bananas.
yeah.
I've heard of deep fried pickles.
Ugh.
What?
Yeah,
Ugh.
some people love them.
That's blasphemous.
Well, you guys are ponies, so most of yours are your vegetables and your greenery.
All right.
Gets a can on a stick.
What time is the art and culture competition?
Sorry, say again?
What time is the art and culture competition?
That will be taking place after the running of the dam.
Cool.
Or at least you can go and the you can go and view. There's a section put in place which gives you a chance to see the final what's the word I'm looking for? It's where you can see not those who have won, but those who can potentially win. They've been
Finalists?
Yeah, the finalists in the competition. So, and you're encouraged to obviously kind of vote for your own. So to see what to choose your favourite type of thing.
All right. Where is that located?
There is both one on the south side and one on the north side.
All right. I'll milk this one to the Temple of Blaze. He's expecting Burned and Alexandrite to follow him because he wants to see them sign up.
Yeah, he'll follow.
All right. I was gonna say, like, what does Alexander have to do with the arts and crafts competition?
I mean, yeah, you can be artful with your skill in the blade.
Mm-hmm.
A war cry can be just as moving as a sonnet. Too bad
What?
you're not good at either. No, I'm serious. You hear somebody who is like just absolutely fearsome in battle just let out this massive war cry. It inspires your allies and puts fear into your enemies.
Alexandrite, show me your war face.
That's not a war face. This is a war
War
face.
face!
Ah!
You have two people screaming in your face. The sign up is basically you put your name down into the sort of categories you want to do. There's an hour to sign up. You come back at 11. You'll be given a time slot where you will be going into the sort of entries. What's going to first of all happen will be what's it called? They'll be doing a circle of treachery to begin with, and the 5 finalists from each circle will go through to the next round, and they will then compete in one-on-one duels and then it's loser is knocked out. When it goes on to the next one, and it goes down until there is a winner.
I'm believing that they use wooden swords, right?
Nope, you are. It's the Blaze Temple organising this. You will use your weapons. No magical weapons allowed.
All right.
The idea of this, it is to second blood. That basically is if you receive 2 strikes that draw blood, you are considered out. They believe the risk of death will be low, but upon entering this competition, you have to have come to an understanding that there is a potential risk of death.
All right, well, Alexander, it's gonna put his armor back on because I thought this was just gonna be fun and games and running around. So I was like, all right, I don't need my armor on for this.
I mean, to be fair, it is the Temple of the Blaze.
Well, no, I believe the whole martial side of it was to be treated a little bit more seriously because you want to try and do it as get people ready for like the potential wars and stuff coming.
True.
The Self-Mayor basically went to the Blaze Temple and got them to sort it out. And this is Blaze.
It all makes perfect sense now.
Yep. Seems legit to me.
All right, here we go. All armored up.
Yep. All armored up, and Burned will sign it.
And Alexander will sign after. Good luck.
All right.
Indeed.
So, you will, if you come back in an hour, you'll obviously have your chance to compete and stuff like that, and beat people with weapons.
Well, hopefully they randomize like who fights who. Like,
I mean, you might,
kind of.
you may end up fighting each other. That is entirely possible.
But I'm just like, we kind of suck if we fight each other in the first round.
Rematch.
Well, you'll be in the circle of treachery to begin with.
True.
All right. So you do have about an hour before you have to be back and potentially take part in some fighting. Nightshine or lightning? Anything either one of you two want to particularly do?
Find the mayor's dad.
All right. How do you plan to do this?
I'm gonna look for people who are looking busy organizing stuff.
I mean, at this point, it's basically in starting to get into the swing of things, and there's plenty of individuals all about and stuff. You're not seeing much in the way of organisation at the moment because everyone's doing what they should be doing. All the organisation should have happened, obviously, a while ago. But there is a sort of a central point where they, on each side, what they do have various people who are answering questions, directing people. People sign up to the running of the dam, those sort of things on each side. That's probably about as sort of centralised point of people looking busy you're going to find.
Let's go there and wait.
What are you waiting for?
The mayor's dad or someone I can bother to make a question of where the mayor's dad is.
Okay.
Can I roll knowledge local to find out where the mayor's father would be?
I'm afraid you don't live here or have local knowledge, so you would not be able
Sure.
to work that out because you do not know this
Could I roll diplomacy then?
What are you doing with diplomacy?
Asking where the mayor's family would be during this event.
Alright, who are you asking?
Just, I don't know, anyone looking like they are either staff or anyone looking important.
Okay. Alright, you may roll diplomacy. Alright.
Ooh, first one.
So you start asking, going, various people try and work out where he is, and you actually have somebody who is actually going to be very useful to this. And they go, oh, I don't think he's going to be about until this afternoon. I believe he's one of the final judges on the art competition, so he will definitely be around there later this afternoon.
Okay, thank you. I sure relay that to Nightshine.
I don't think we have time to make art.
I'm gonna follow your lead, Nightshine.
Everything's on fire.
Everything's on fire.
Lightning smiles a bit.
All the flames.
Fire, you say?
Well, I have the greatest idea. I'm gonna sign up to the hide and seek competition.
Well, Lightning will just stare and be like, I'm not I'm not. That would be too unfair.
Or is this fire? Hey, oh, that's a lot of
I'm
fire.
not.
Oh
Oh,
Whoa! What
no!
the hell
Oh,
did you
no.
do? Ah, did you just fireball?
Maybe. Um, I'll stop playing with things now.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not, this would be like this would be a professional hide and seek player playing with a bunch of children.
Yeah.
I'm not joining.
So, when you first show up to go and join in with Hide and Seek, they will assume that you're there to help organise and look
Oh
after
no!
a group of children.
Hang on, can lightning see? This is my son. He's got the mind of a child, one would say.
I'm guessing you are directing your hoofs towards Nightshine.
Yes. He really wants to come play hide and seek with the other kids. Can I roll bluff?
You're gonna have to.
This is my special son.
He's quite special, you see.
They look at you and then look at Nightshine, who definitely does not, who looks, hello, not as young as you're trying to make out compared to yourself.
Oh
Looks
no!
fairly
I
young.
said he got no. I said he got the mind of a child, not the body of one.
Yeah, I know, but they will indicate that you indicated that this was your son, and you definitely look like you are still very young yourself.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm older than you
Compliment
are.
for my appearance.
How old are you?
You don't ask a lady her age.
I think I'm your daddy here.
Excuse me.
But don't worry, I have a plan B.
Don't let Alexandroid ever catch you saying that ever.
Don't worry, he can watch. But here's the plan B, and I'm gonna pull out Lord Weasel. He is going to claim the title of Master Hyde or
Is this
Master
really-
Seeker.
Oh, no.
Excuse me?
He's a child. He's my child. Look at him.
They're not going to let Mr. Weasel play hide and seek.
Mr. Weasel is gonna look very cute.
Well, I mean, you can certainly introduce Mr. Weasel here to the kids. I'm sure they'll certainly enjoy seeing him. But if you want to look after a group of 15 children as they do hide and seek, you will be certainly be can do so. But I'm afraid this is a game for children.
Lord Weasel, look at him. And he's gonna look cute.
Well, I tried my best. This is all on you now, Nudge.
She does indicate there is a like petting zoo that would be the best place to take him to be petted.
Don't show your weasel to kids.
Oh, God.
You know what? I think my Weasel would like to spend time with these kids.
Oh, you
I'm gonna help watch over these kids.
All right. So you are given a group of children, and you're told that you'll be looking after them for the next hour while they play hide and seek, or until your particular group gets bored.
Hello, children. Have you ever seen a weasel?
Um, you'll have a number of them say no, some of them say yes, and then you have one child that gives you a relatively long, rambling story about how their mother saw one and caught it, brought it home, but it escaped, and and it was all around the house, and they had to put out the cupboards. It goes on for 5 minutes, but it all ends up in his long tail sort of just trails off. Clearly, he forgot what he sort of goes nowhere, almost like he forgot what he was talking about when he started.
Lightning would leave like 2 minutes into the story and just go buy some popsicles or something.
But yeah,
Be like, oh, I am not waiting
Que
around. For...
innuendos.
but after that, that would be the response you get, Nightshine.
All right, is Burnt and Alexandrite signed up?
I
Yep.
believe they have.
All right, Alexandrite is going to go find the hide and seek competition.
I am.
I think you mean milk thistle.
Oh, I think my brain was stupid. Yes, I meant milk thistle.
It's okay. We all
Alex-
have those moments.
Alexandrite's going to be chopping swords at people. Kids don't need to be around that.
All right, um, so again, you will, as you approach the person organising that, they'll be like, "Ah, excellent." Uh, they will indicate a sort of a group of children who want to do hide and seek, and if you want to take them to, you'll give it a small sort of section of the city that's been sort of set aside for kids to sort of hide around in, and to basically supervise them.
Okay.
Make sure none
Yeah.
actually go missing.
Yeah, Milk Thistle will definitely volunteer for this, but he's going to do something a little different. I'm going to sense motive on the kids. Which one of them seems to be participating in devious behavior, like picking pockets, um, pushing the other kids around, trying to bully them, seeing which one is which one seems to have it in them to win this competition the most.
Okay.
17.
Um, you get the sense there's a few of them about who definitely sort of maybe not so much pickpocket or bullying, probably more the sort to try and cheat. It's probably going to be the better sort of thing for it. You know, when they should be counting, they're not keeping their eyes closed, that sort of thing.
All right. Milk Thistle is going to politely approach these kids and tell them each, it's like, would you like to learn a few tricks on how to track other kids down?
They will definitely agree.
And Milk Thistle is going to begin teaching them how to look for tracks, not just based on the shape of them, but also the size, because they're looking for kids. Which ones are scampering and running away? Which ones have been blown by the wind or kicked over by other hooves, so you know which ones are fresh and which ones aren't. And he's going to teach them to stalk silently. You know, it's like how to listen with your ears for heavy breathing as you get closer and closer, and their stress levels go up.
So you won't have too long to give them like a very in-depth lesson, mainly because obviously kids do have a little bit of short attention spans. Plus, they are meant to be doing games and stuff, and seeking and hiding. So it's sort of flowing. So you can give them sort of a number of pointers here and there, as well as if one of these individuals are looking, you can also sort of mention a few things to get them to start looking and paying attention to, and that sort of thing.
Was there at least one in the group that was paying close attention, and
Yeah.
or were they all just being kids? Okay, there was one.
There was at least
All right.
one, yeah. When in a group, you're at least going to get one who will be vaguely interested enough. I mean, if they're taking it all in is a different matter, but they'll at least be interested.
That's the one I'm counting on winning. We'll find out.
Our other Burnt and Alexandra, what are you guys doing for the sort of hour you've got to wait for everybody to sign up? Are you doing anything in particular?
Huh. Well, I suppose that Burned would be he would be looking at the various artwork and crafts as he kills time.
Okay, are you going to the south or the north side? to look at.
Let's see. Signed up at the south side, so you know what? He'll stick around the south side for now.
All right, so the South Side's got a number of different artworks there as well as things. So you've got somebody who's done quite a nice sort of like almost like stained glass window type thing. There were a few paintings. There's somebody who's done some pottery, all well nicely decorated. A number of them do have heavily sort of blaze influences, but there are some of the other ones have obviously gone a little bit more sort of looking at the south side of things, and it looks to be sort of more drawing on sort of past events. Is your guess? As it seems to be sort of depicting the south side in sort of a rather good light. Definitely a contrast to what it kind of looks like or does look like now. Given that you've been here for a little while, obviously the centre looks nice, but as soon as you get away from it sort of degrades relatively quickly. But it's definitely painting the south side in a more of a in its like form or glory type thing.
All right. What he's going to do is he's going to use perception to see if he spots anything that really stands out to him.
Okay.
So normal. Nope.
So I mean, they all are very well done in each way, and like I said, each of them do show off various unique points. Um, as far as you can tell, most people seem to be sort of a little bit oohed over the stained glass window, well, sort of window-esque thing. But that seems to be more influence to the sort of blaze side of things, and it's almost like modelled over what you would expect to see, what you might see in a window of one of the religious buildings. It's got that sort of Star-esque to it. That's probably the most standing out one you can see, but that's mostly because of colours and the sunlight coming through it and that sort of thing. But and most other people sort of are drawn to that instantly, and then they look between others. But that's probably more what catches your sight straight away.
All right. Now, what is Alexandrite doing?
I think I'm going to be checking out the competition, seeing who signs up and like what type of gear they have.
So, not everybody.
Detecting evil.
You are detecting evil.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you stood outside a Blaze Temple, so.
Yeah.
So
I just need to know who to smite and who not to.
Not everybody will be evil, but there will be some individuals there who you will pick up on. So there's a bit of a mix in regards to things. You'll get the feeling that most of them are probably young individuals who feel like they want to try out some things. The Blaze Temple are offering out some of their equipment. So people don't just go in with their farm clothing. They are given some armor and stuff like that. Nothing, nowhere near as extravagant as full plate, but people are going to be able to borrow and use certain armor and weaponry. You're probably going to go in with the best sort. The only person you probably have to really worry about are some more older individuals of the Blaze Temple. They look like though that they got on in a number of years, and or they look like they carry old injuries. But that's mostly about it.
Yes.
The only thing I'm going to ask people is those looking after children roll me a perception check to see. Also, I want to know how well you're actually doing your job.
I think one of us is better at this than the other.
Yeah.
Lightning is just
Oh,
going to
Lord
be
Weasel.
watching
Yeah.
those two crash and burn. She's not taking care of anyone.
All right. So you're relying more on Nightshine to keep an eye on all the kids then. Lightning?
Wait, what?
You're relying more on Nightshine to keep an eye on the kids then.
Oh, she's just hanging back and watching. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
she's letting Night take care of it.
Nightshine's taking care of it. All right. So your sort of groups go out and stuff, and you supervise, and yeah, there's obviously clearly some kids better than others, and some of which are really good at hiding or getting. Tend to be those who are sort of smaller, tend to find some sort of really good nooks and stuff to hide in. The older kids, or those who are of a slightly older age, tend to seem to be a bit better at finding more effectively, or at least fairly quick. Nightshine, when it was coming to an end, or at least the time you were set aside, as you were heading back, if it wasn't for Lord Weasel, you probably would have left a child behind who was still
Oh
fighting.
no. I shouldn't have worked for the Weasel. That would have been more fun.
But Milkthistle, you do your job well with diligence and keep a stern eye on them, making sure that no one gets into mischief and encouraging those that you have given pointers to. Basically, it's down to you guys to obviously feedback and indicate who did well. You cannot. Mainly, it comes down to you could be truthful or you could be not truthful. Milkthistle, the one you probably gave pointers to the most, probably would be the best, at least at finding. He wasn't necessarily the best at the hiding side of things.
Yeah, Lightning would have been better to teach him that, but that's okay. Yeah, Milk Thistle will be honest about who was the best.
All right. Nightshine, what about you?
They were also very good.
You were a little bit unsure who exactly was the best.
Lord Weasel will point out.
You hold up Lord Weasel and go, and you let him choose, and he will go bouncing along and will pick those, the one he believes was the best.
Yeah.
All right. So, the bit we've all been waiting for, Alexandrite and Burnt. So, first of all, there's going to be a circle of treachery. I want you both to roll me a 1d2. Whoever, or you can just roll a d4 and half it, whichever's easier. If you roll the same, then you're in the same circle of treachery.
All right.
You guys are put into the same circle. Now, you won't be near each other. There is another 16 people in there with you. Only 5 people come out.
So let's see. It was what, 16? So
You are placed in your you're given your positions. You have your weapons drawn out ready, and you basically the bell rings out and it basically starts. So I'm not going to just make this a straight fight type of thing. going to make this a little bit more of an interesting challenge. So, you got a choice. You can either start out aggressive, or you can go more on the defensive.
All right. Bernd is gonna go on the defensive.
Okay. What about you, Alexandra? What are you doing?
Yeah, I think Alexander would be on defensive as well.
Okay, so you guys have got a choice. You can be sort of more nimble moving around. You can make you can either make a reflex check. You can roll a suitable skill like acrobatics, or you can. I will roll a single attack against your AC, and we will see if it beats it. Those are your choices. Or you can come up with your own thing if you feel you've got another skill which might help you and I haven't thought of it.
Let's see. Intimidate is more aggressive, although it can be used defensively.
Yeah, there's if you can think of a way of using something defensively, I am more than happy to let you use it.
All right. What Bernd is gonna do is, as he's being defensive, he doesn't say anything. He just gives this. He's gonna give this really intimidating glare at his opponent in a attempt to get him to become unnerved.
All right. Well, I mean, you can use this to keep ensure those that are near you sort of back off and choose other targets.
Yeah. So let's
Alright.
see what I roll.
Make your check. All right. I'll come back to you in a moment. Alexandrite, what are you doing?
I think probably just the single attack roll would probably be best for Alexandrite.
All right.
He's more turtle than running around.
Single attack roll. So 20, and you are guys going that. So it'll be plus that number. Let's see if anyone gets any lucky shots. Definitely not. All right. So, Alexandrite, the first one individual who's near you, one of them attacks, and obviously your armor easily saves you. Burnt, you've made yourself scary enough that you've basically those who are nearby you have gone nope and sort of basically moved away. So you've got a bit more breathing room. Where Alexandrite, you do have somebody who's a little up in your face. Now, I'm going to ask again, you can either play defensive or you can be aggressive, but if you choose defensive, you cannot use the same ability again. So you would have to use something else. If you use aggressive, you can choose the same skills, but you'll be using it in a different way. So, what are you doing, Burnt?
He is going to make a attack at the closest opponent. Single attack, mind you. So, here we go.
So you're going to go and attack. That's fine.
Alright.
Ooh,
oh,
ouch.
wow. Ooh.
You're not supposed to be killing them, Burnt.
I'm not trying to kill them.
You know what, though? You are making a powerful statement. Carry on.
Okay. So, one of the people who turn around and were like, nope, you just come up behind them and just boosh.
Nothing personal, kid.
I mean, you went for that one single attack, but it was definitely a strong enough attack that you hit them, and you maybe hit them a bit too hard. You just send them flat to the ground in a single hit.
As that happens, his eyes go wide. He's like, oh shit. I didn't mean to kill anyone.
The fight is not stopped. It continues going. Alexandrite, what do you wish to do?
I think I will. Well, this guy has probably gotten a bit tired, like from hitting me, so I'm gonna try to hit him back with my sword.
All right. So you're going for an attack roll. You're okay with
Yeah.
You're okay with that?
Yep. Is this a full round or?
Just a single attack,
All right. Can I apply power attack?
if you wish to.
All right.
Yes, that would be a. You score a hit on the person, and you do draw blood.
Okay.
All right. Alexandrite, I need you to roll me a reflex save.
Okay.
Ooh,
Oh, you're
nice.
fine. Somebody tried to get a rather nasty sort of sneak attack on you as you're distracted with your opponent, but you managed to avoid it. Burn, people seem to be giving you a wide berth at the moment.
Alright.
You're okay. Alright. This is third round. Alright, what do you want to keep doing? And you can't use the same skill that you've already used. So, Burn, we'll start with you.
Alright, let's see.
Aggressive or defensive? I will point out, you have no one who's directly attacking you, so being defensive would be a bit pointless at this point.
Yeah. He's gonna go after one of the other opponents in an aggressive manner. So, here we go. Let's see if this is a single attack.
So what you can't use an attack skill again.
Oh.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. You got to use an alternative skill.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
In that
And
case,
make
let's
you be a bit
see.
more inventive rather than just hitting something.
Alright, sorry about that. Let's see. What can I do? Yeah, actually, what would that be? Yeah, he's gonna try to grapple opponent.
So you don't have to just grapple. You can knock to the ground, trip up. So you can
Alright.
use your
Yeah.
combat maneuver bonus in
Yeah.
alternative methods.
Yeah. So what he does is he's going to move up behind one of his opponents, and as he grabs him, he's gonna just smash them against the ground.
Okay, so you're going to go for more of the trip action then.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. So you're taking advantage of somebody else who's already engaged, and you knock out their back hooves, which definitely leaves them exposed in regards to things. You definitely seem to be controlling your area of things, and you are giving yourself plenty of breathing room. That most people being pushed around the other side. Alexandrites, it's getting a little bit crowded here. You're now dealing with at least 2 individuals.
Mm-hmm. All right. So one of them tried to sneak attack me, so I'm going to just take my sword and try to disarm that one.
Oh, disarm. Okay.
That one's bounced all over the place.
It is. So you hook the sword into there, and a quick flick. You're able to send it flying, but because of you are a little bit getting a bit squashed in, and there's other people fighting around, one of the others will score a hit on you.
Hmm.
It's just a nick, but I will give you some damage just to represent that. So only 5 damage, but it is a nick, and will cause that will count as a 1 against you. If you receive another one, you will be knocked out. This round, though, a lot of competitors are knocked out. Be it either they surrender because they're weaponless, or they have received 2 blows. and there is not many individuals left. So chances are, if you can survive this final round, you are probably through. Burns, you are very much in a good position here. You have control of the battlefield almost. So you have a choice what you want to try and do.
All right, let me think on this. I've never done this the way that this particular sort of thing has been done before.
That's
So
fine.
used to
I wanted
just
to make it a bit more interesting instead of just I hit them, I hit them, I hit them.
True.
Um,
What would it be to insult them? Would it be intimidate?
So yeah, because you haven't used intimidate as an aggressive action, so you can use that. Now I'm going to ask you: are you trying to use intimidate to get somebody to come after you, or are you trying to use intimidate to sort of basically uh, make them obviously really scared, back away, surrender, or anything like that? What
Oh,
would
I'm trying. I'm trying to get them to come after me.
all right?
Uh, let's see. Let's say there's a quote from Monkey Island. I'm trying to remember. Uh, all right. So what he's gonna do is, as he uses intimidate to try and draw one of the competitors forward, he's gonna go, "You fight like a dairy farmer," because that was the only one I could remember off.
I am a farmer.
I mean, that's probably what you
Yeah,
probably will get the
I'll,
answer of.
Yeah.
yeah. I'll just say I actually live next to a dairy farmer, and I would not want to insult that man.
So yeah, you would definitely draw somebody who will give it a go to try and come after you. It will probably be of little consequence, but it will probably be drawing somebody away from that side to yourself. Probably will at least give Alexandrite a little bit of breathing room.
Yep.
So it's probably more helped him than it has helped you. Alright, Alexandrite, things are still a little bit tight. You're not. If you play your cards right, you should be able to survive your way through. You can be defensive or you can be aggressive.
Uh, let's see. I don't know which this would be, but I'm basically going to try to do diplomacy and basically tell them like they can't win, so they might as well keep their lives
So,
and not.
so you're basically going to use diplomacy to get them to surrender almost.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be. I would say that's be a more of an aggressive action because obviously you want them to surrender rather than you're trying to talk them to sort of go away, which I would say is more of a defensive one.
Mm.
So you're being aggressive and you're using diplomacy. That is fine.
Oof. That's a bad roll. But
All right. So you attempt sort of to try and talk somebody out of this, or at least come across, convince them that it's better if they just accept defeat rather than pushing inwards, or keeps pushing, I should say. It doesn't work out in the way you were hoping it does. So I will need from you. I'm going to ask a fortitude save. If you roll fine on this, you will make it through.
A pretty solid save.
Yeah. So,
Indeed.
as you're sort of trying to deal with somebody else, somebody who sort of quickly backs away from one of their opponents, basically sort of smashes into you a bit hard. That run the risk of knocking you off your hooves, but sadly they're the ones who gets knocked to the ground, and you stay firmly on your feet. But after that, you hear the bell ring out again, which indicates the end of it. Burnt, you and the person you were fighting are still up, and Alexandrite, you and two other people in your facility are also still up and standing, basically.
Okay.
All right.
Now, did this happen at the same time as the hide and seek competition, or was I able to watch it?
You would have been able to watch it. The hide and seek competition finished just a little bit before this.
Outstanding. All right, when does the next round begin?
So they've got a few other rounds to kick off. So that's going to be going on for a little bit, and they predict that they will actually have their one-on-one lineups after the running of the dam.
Okay.
All right.
Alexander will just boop himself and heal that little bit of damage he took.
You all right, Alexandrite?
Yeah, just a nick.
Yeah, this isn't some pushover. The people here mean business, and to be honest, it's pretty nice to have a challenge.
All right, you two, roll me a 1d10.
All right.
Don't roll the same number.
Yay!
Hey.
All
They're
right,
in different brackets.
you won't be fighting the each other.
Oh, thank God. That would have been so bad.
Well, I left it up to random chance, because that's literally how they're going to organise you. Names out of the hat. All right. So the next big thing, really, what's going to kick off is going to be the running of the dam. Now, if anyone still wants to take part in the running, they do need to sign up for whichever side they wish to compete for. That will be either the north or the south.
All right, let me check my athletics real quick. I'm pretty sure I'm not exactly good with it.
Alexander is going to take off his armor again and then sign up for that.
Which side you sign up for?
The north side, of course.
Fair enough.
Hometown represent.
Milk Fist will sign up for the south side.
Burned is gonna set this one out.
Anybody else who's taking part in the running?
Can you fly?
No.
No.
The whole purpose of this is running, and that flying defeats the object.
That's it.
Lightning will give it a shot, I suppose.
Is she running north or south?
Are you sign up for the north or the south?
Which one? Wait, is Nightshine taking part?
No, I'm gonna try to find the mayor's dad.
Alright, then I'll go with Nightshine, actually, because she did say she'd go with him.
Yay!
Okay.
Go
Friendship.
with them.
Yay!
Milk Thistle's going to approach Burnt as they're leaving the arena. Burned, you were fantastic. Your ability to demoralize your opponents and command them in the midst of the battle is exactly what our empire needs.
Oh, is this so? I simply did what came natural.
And that's why you're going to be so valuable to us.
I see. With that, he gives a soft nod. Well, if you should ever need anything, feel free to ask. I will not harm innocents unless, it comes down to it.
Oh, completely understandable. War is detestable. No one should be harmed. Only when necessary. It is better to control your opponents than to simply slay them.
You said, I know you probably do mean it, but the way you said that, you really sounded like you were just saying it to keep him,
To keep him from what?
to keep him calm.
Yeah.
You know?
No, Milk Thistle was just being encouraging. He liked what he saw.
Indeed. Well, I suppose I'd best join up with Nightshine and Lightning and go along with them. I'm
You
not exactly one for running races.
well, then we'll see you upon your return.
Indeed.
All right.
Yep.
So, for those of you who go looking for his dad, what you'll find is as it starts really getting close to the point where people should start heading up towards running to positions, each of you, Milk and Alexandrite, you are given a number each to basically where to show that you are a runner. It will either start with an N or an S to indicate if you're a north or south individual, and you're told to basically head towards the starting line at least 15 minutes before.
What is
Okay.
Sorry?
what is my number?
Your number is
Steel opens up the random number generator.
934.
So I am S934.
Yeah.
All right. Out of curiosity, what's my number?
Okay. 368.
All right.
All right. So how early are you guys getting into position?
Milkfistle will go to his position and he'll just be stretching a little bit, doing some deep breathing, just relaxing.
So you're going fairly early then. How about you, Alexandrite?
How early am I going to be there? I think I'll be a few minutes early. Just get a nice kind of warm up in. Like
Okay.
he's been working out, so he doesn't need as much of a stretch.
Yeah.
You see a lightning in the crowd of a little Alexandrite flag.
So what you will find, those of you who are walking around, is that as it starts getting closer to the point where the running of the dam is going to start happening, most people start moving away from the stalls and stuff and actually start lining the lining this. Oh, I always do that. I always select the wrong tool. Start lining up along the side here of the river on both sides. The Pegasi do fly into the middle of the dam and sort of to watch from basically the water, getting almost getting a bird's eye view from it. So for those of you who can fly, you can fly over the water and watch rather than doing it from land. But as it all starts to fill out, it gets quite crowded, and it's definitely going to be one of those ones where there's going to be plenty of bumping, rubbing shoulders, and as you guys cross over, it's probably going to be a bit messy. Why you give me a cat? Why are you all soggy? Oh. Fair enough.
Hi, hot kickboxing girlfriend.
Alright. Before it all gets going, depending if you're on the north side or the south side, go over to the north side, you. Depends whether, well, basically each of the mayors step up and almost sort of recites basically the tale of why the running of the dam happens. And Alexander, this is something you kind of know pretty much off by heart, given that you live here. But they basically tell the tale of the fact that when the dam was first built, that no one really trusted it and didn't believe it was safe, and no one would really ever cross the dam at all. And to obviously help sort of the two cities to blend together and to almost work together, the organisation of the running of the dam was to test the strength of the dam itself, where obviously all ponies would come together and run across it as fast as they can, and the many hooves thundering down upon the dam would prove its strength. And it's just sort of that tale, and the fact that each year it's done to prove the strength of it, and each side basically gives a fairly similar story. There might be a few slight differences depending compared to the north to the south. Probably a little bit more sort of making things sound a bit better for their side. And there's also encouragement from each, saying that obviously they know that they have the best runners, and it will be somebody from the north/south side who will be victorious in the end, and will be crowned the winner of the running of the dam. With that, they quickly move out of the way, and everybody sort of waits patiently for the signal to set off. And you would have been told it's a firework which will be shot off, and when it explodes, that's when everyone starts.
Okay.
So there's a few silence moments as everybody waits for it, and then there's a sudden whoosh, and then and it's almost like a sea of ponies suddenly as you sort of lurch forward if you're not ready for it, as ponies stop pushing, and you are obviously sort of carried forward with it all, and as people start running down. Now, I'm guessing, what are your land speeds, the pair of you?
40.
Yeah, we're both 40 feet.
Both 40 feet. Okay, so it's going to be pretty much similar to what most other people are, except for a few special who might go a little bit faster for whatever reason. So roll me. First of all, roll me acrobatics in regards to the initial hustle and bustle to see if you are quick enough to keep off the mark, to keep yourselves sort of in a good position where you are.
Derp.
That's a 5 for me with.
All right. So you guys did show up early, so you did sort of get a good sort of starting position, but you're sadly not as quick off the mark as a number of others, and you kind of get lost a little bit in the sea as it all starts moving back. So you do lose sort of your front position in regards to the initial start of it all. So it all starts out pretty okay as you sort of all come sort of running down. You can attempt. I'm actually forgetting the Pathfinder skill list because I'm pretty sure it doesn't have that. Yeah, I'm thinking of something else what has athletics.
Yeah, it's 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brain keeps trying to go, oh, roll me athletics, because that's definitely not it.
Yeah.
If it's a matter of sprinting continuously, those are fortitude saves
Yeah.
after 50 rounds.
All right. Give us a fortitude save, the pair of you then.
Right.
All right. So the pair of you are able to keep up a good pace. But the big thing what comes up is the sort of crossing over from each other, where you're going to have the sort of mess of everybody intertwining, let's say. Roll me reflex not to crash into anyone.
Derp.
Not bad.
All right. So, Milk Thistle, sadly, you do have a collision with somebody. It's not too bad. You manage to stay on your hooves, but it's definitely slows you down significantly. Alexandrite, yes, there's a bit of brushing and knocking against people, and you definitely feel somebody rub against your body as you pass. You are slowed down a small amount, but nothing that affects you overall.
Oh, I actually do have endurance as well. I don't know if that helps.
Well, you rolled pretty crazily high, so on your fortitude, so it's all fine. All right. Roll me another fortitude as you continue running.
Ooh, close. Oh, don't you dare. No.
Oof.
Your dice knocked mine over to 1. Okay, it didn't count.
No, it doesn't count. Yeah, I have seen that a few times. I'm like, ooh, and I was like, oh no, it doesn't affect it.
Yeah, it was like spinning, nearly fell on a 1, went to 6, knocked it back over.
So don't worry, you're safe. But yeah, Milk Thistle, you're starting to feel a little bit of struggle. Maybe it's all the close bodies sort of compacting to each other. It's making it a little bit difficult. Alexandrites, you're an earth pony. You're built for running. You can do this in your sleep. All right. So this comes to the bit where you've got to turn around and start running the other way. This will be another acrobatics to see how efficiently you can quickly change directions.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Do my hooves slide out from underneath me and I hit my head on the ground?
No, not quite that bad. But you sort of, as you go to try and turn, you definitely take a more of a sort of skid, and you're knocked around a fair amount. You probably might land slightly on your side, but you're getting up and then start joining in. But you're not like knocked right to the back, but you're definitely in sort of more the middle of the group. Alexandrite, sharp turns clearly are not your thing. So you take a more gentle sort of turn in regards to things, which definitely does handicap your position. And basically, what it's going to be is a very similar setup as you guys run back down and then run across again. So, it will be a fortitude save, followed by...
Oh.
Oh.
I think that fall like knocked the wind out of me and I'm just struggling to breathe.
Ooh, yes. You're definitely... maybe there's a bit more of a sort of a squashing between some ponies and stuff, and it's definitely sort of starting to leave you a bit winded. You've got the slight dodging to avoid yourselves being knocked over as you cross other people's paths.
Yeah, we're not giving up. We started a race, we finish a race.
It's almost a 2. Or at least it was on my screen anyway. So, Milk Thistle, you're definitely not having the best time of this. You're definitely feeling
Milk Thistle rolled an acrobatics. Should I have done that or?
No,
Yeah, because we're going past each other.
yeah,
Or
it's
was it supposed to be a reflex
it's
save?
a reflex save when you go past each other. So everyone rolled
Oh, okay, so that would be a 9 instead of a 7.
That'd be a 9. Yours would be you rolled a 13, Alexandrite. What would you have?
Yeah, and my reflex is 6, so
19 for him.
19. 19, and what was yours again? Sorry, Alexander. Milk Thistle.
9.
9. Okay. So yes, a little bit better, but you're still sort of knocked about a bit. You're not knocked off your hooves or anything like that drastically, but you're definitely bump into somebody as you cross paths. Alexandrite, again, you feel that sort of brush against somebody.
Okay.
One more. Now this will be the fortitude check.
Dadgummit, stop it.
You're getting a bit of your breath back, Milk Thistle, after those sort of few knocks and stuff. You seem to have got the wind back into your lungs, and you're starting to do a bit of improvement. Alexandrite, you're doing well. You are definitely running hard. You've regained some ground that you've lost, but you're still a little bit away from the leaders. The final turn. So this will be the acrobatics, and then you're on your home stretch.
All right. There we go. You freaking... I'm getting sick of you. Starting to think this is on purpose.
Oh, is the dice hitting yours on screen?
Oh yeah, like 3 times in a row, and it keeps knocking it to a lower number. I know it doesn't count against it, but it's annoying.
They didn't even touch your dice on my end.
Oh, on my end, you knocked it from a 19 to a 10.
All right. So Milk Thistle, you definitely got the turning down to a T here, and you almost to basically get there and almost sort of like flip straight back over and are facing the other direction fairly quick. So you definitely make up a little bit of lost ground here, unable to get things going, or get yourself a good sort of start back down. Alexandrite, sadly, you have a bit of a slip here, and some of the sort of loose rubble that's been picked up around the turning point, and you slip a little, losing some of that ground that you had just gained back.
Okay, I can make it up with fortitude.
Yeah. All right. So you're on your final home stretch. All what's left is a fortitude check, reflex, and then final fortitude. So we'll see how well the first fortitude goes. Oh, getting it all done. Okay.
Yeah, I did all mine together.
That's fine. Let's see. So we've got reflex, fortitude. Okay. So let's have a look at the first fortitudes of everyone. We have a 16 and a 28. All right. All right, Milk Thistle, you stop picking up some ground. People are starting to tire at this point, but you are keeping your hoofs going well, and you're starting to feel the fatigue starting to hit you, but you're able to just barely fight it off. With your reflex, you managed to sort of sidestep somebody who was just about to knock into you, and you feel them sort of brush down your body. You feel your sort of robe sort of rub against their clothing. And we'll go to Alexandrite's first fortitude and reflex. Alright, Alexandrite. Again, you're an earth pony, you're built for this. You push yourself hard, and you actually do gain a significant amount of ground at this point. and you start pulling away from the group that you have been sort of stuck with a little bit. There are still ponies ahead of you. They seem to be obviously the more faster runners, but you're definitely starting to pull more ahead. You're crossing over point. You seem to have a bit of luck on your side, as well as some good movement, and you sort of pass at the crossover point. You start sort of weaving in and out of many ponies and goats as you start running through, and you nimbly manage to avoid everybody. And the final one, 26, and okay. Milk Thistle, you
Yes.
you gained some good ground on this one on the final home stretch. You're not coming first, that much you know, but you definitely sort of in the last sort of final moments pull away from the group that you sort of gathered with, and you'll sort of push yourself and get to the head of that particular running group you're in, and you at least beat anyone who's in your sort of close proximity across the finishing line. But you haven't finished first, but you've finished. You're feeling hot, sweaty, but you feel good.
Being a
Alexandra.
servant of the nightmare isn't for sissies. You don't give up.
Yeah. So you do actually fairly well, Alexandrite. You start pushing yourself more. Again, you don't make it first across the line, but with your final burst of energy behind you, you actually push yourself to actually make it to ninth.
I'm at least on the board.
Yeah, you just barely make it past the person who would have been in tenth, who would have been in ninth previously. You sort of like almost nose and nose to him most of the time, but your final bit of endurance helped you just beat them. But there is water and stuff over the other side for you guys to obviously drink, and if required, you can be drenched by a cleric.
Milk Thistle will go ahead and rinse his own face off. The sweat is basically falling off of his body anyway because of the fastidiousness spell that he cast on himself.
Yep.
But he'll help out and volunteer by drenching others.
Fair enough.
I'll have Alexandra take a drenching, sure.
So even while you're doing this, the race is still going. There are still obviously those who are running backwards and forwards. Most of the sort of central runners finish not too long after you, and then you do have the sort of the more slower individuals who were taking part. There is a sort of section that was sort of almost roped off for more older individuals who want to take part and kids. They are sort of still going, and there's those who are doing sort of more silly things like dressed up as odd things, or carrying rather heavy things across the as they're running. Those sort of more novelty running acts.
The streakers.
Possibly. But yeah, and so it does go on for probably until the sort of 1 o'clock mark, the where the running sort of comes to a sort of a final halt, and the sort of last few individuals finish walking across. Obviously, not everyone sticks around for that full length. People do start milling themselves back to the what's the other word? Milling back to the fairgrounds and the stalls and stuff like that. But there are those who obviously do watch it towards the end.
Alexander will use this opportunity to put his armor back on.
Fair enough. The you would have noticed there will be a point where the time markers would be removed and stuff, and it's sort of like almost sealed in two envelopes. One which is handed to your side mayor, and the other one is taken to the other side. So they basically like share the person who's crossed the bridge first for each side. And there is a adjudicator from both the north and south on each side to ensure that there's no cheating done and no one sort of takes off a few seconds on the time that was read. So no cheating can be done. You guys will notice the one of the individuals on the south side from the north is one of the advisors that was with the mayor that you guys met at the dinner. But the actual announcement of the winner doesn't happen until sort of later on in the afternoon, when they start announcing the actual victors for things. The sort of winner of the running of the dam is sort of the final thing that is announced at the end of the day.
Okay. Well, then I think I'll mosey on over back to the fighting arena, get ready for those matches.
All right. Nightshine and Lightning. After the run of the dam happens, this will be roughly the time when the art competition is being judged, and you guys would go along to see about the father of. Oh, I'm trying to remember his name now.
Hearty.
Steady heart.
Yeah, Steady Heart. Just got to open my notes and galloping down. Did I not put it there? Did I put it somewhere else? No, not there. Did I put it in one of these then? One second, I put the name of his father somewhere. I'm just having a look. Yeah, didn't put it there, so I must have put it under the city. Let's go up and down. My gym notes. Population. That many. Yeah. Clergy and priests. Did I put the note somewhere else? No. Sorry about this, guys. I thought I had those notes somewhere, and it's annoying me now.
It's all right.
While he's looking, I kind of blinked out there for a minute. while they were up on the bridge, was there a winner declared who had the best time overall, or is there something else being done between the two winners?
That is not. That will be announced at the end of the day. That's going to be the final thing where that will be announced. So
Okay, cool.
keeping up the sort of the hype of it all and having that as the final thing that is spoken about to keep everyone sort of on edge and wanting to, and around wanting to find out if it was the North or the South Fort one. Right, let's just move everybody out of the way. Did I put that there? No. Did I put it here? No. There. Alright, I have no idea what I did with that information then, but I know I wrote it down, but never mind. So, you guys will come across the art display, because you've been, I believe you've been there before. There are a few individuals who are currently looking over the art display. There is about 5 particular ponies who do look fairly well dressed in most for most of them.
Which one looks the oldest?
There is a older stallion who definitely looks like the oldest out of the lot of them.
I shall go with him.
So you're just going to walk up and poke him in the nose.
Yes.
You definitely catch him by surprise as a sudden hoof comes out and sort of touches him, and he is startled a little as he sort of steps back and readjusting his sort of self at his sudden sort of like veering backwards from being having a hoof suddenly pressed against his face. And he looks at you and goes, "Why, never. How rude of you to do such a thing."
Hello, my name is Nightshine. I heard you were one of the Empress students.
I don't know who you are, but I'll find someone to have you removed. And you hear he calls out for a guard.
Are you not the mayor's father?
Uh, a guard doesn't take too long to come over, and he just basically points at you. That individual seems to not understand personal space. Have him taken away from here. And they give a nod and go, "Certainly, sir."
Look, we're just looking for the mayor's father. We need to
Lightning
speak.
is hanging a little away, just chuckling to herself at the scene. She's trying to like blend in with the crowd, pretty much.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not too difficult to unassociate yourself with Nightshine.
What?
I think everyone's used to doing that.
Yeah. Yes. We simply wish to speak with the mayor's father.
He just looks and goes, "Are you with that one?" He points to Nightshine.
Let me roll d20 to see if I should be honest or not.
Whatever.
Nope. Nope. I'm not with him.
Right.
I only know.
Wrong
I only
bluff.
travel. Oh. Okay.
Okay. You're like, no, I'm not with him. It's like, oh, good. Just remove that one. As the guard will begin to move you away, Nightshine.
And I'm gonna talk with the guard.
Yeah.
Is that one of the mayor's dad?
He will just sort of pull you away until you are fully removed from the situation. And I will come back to you if he answers you, Nightshine.
You see, lightning will whistle towards Burned.
Burn is gonna
Well,
approach lightning.
Well, Burnt is currently in a conversation, so he probably won't hear you whistling.
Oh,
Because Burnt wasn't removed, because he de-associated himself from Nightshine very quickly.
Yeah.
I was gonna say lightning would be like, "Oh, I'm with him." No.
He clearly looks you over. You can tell his eyes linger a little bit on your scarred face. Before he then looks at you and goes, and what if I am?
Well, a companion of mine wishes to speak with you about something. I'm not entirely sure what. They didn't quite fill me in on the details. But it would be greatly appreciated if you would be willing to take a moment of your time to speak with them.
And who is this companion, and what details can you tell me?
Out of character, oh fuck, he's not gonna like me for this. Well, you see, I am one of the members of the group that helped out with the dig site a while back, and excuse me, I it's been such a rough past few weeks or so that it's hard for me to remember. Uh, we ended up dealing with a Bahir and managed to clear it from the quarry.
He holds up a hoof to sort of stop you there. I know the important details. I don't need a life story. And so, what do your companion out of your group, I assume, want to talk about?
I have no clue. They didn't fill me in on the details. They only needed to talk to you.
Well, run along and find out what it is, or get them to come over and speak to me.
Okay, and with that, he's going to make his way towards where uh, Lightning is at and ask her, what exactly did Nightshine wish to talk to the mayor's father about?
Ah ha 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 ha. You think he would tell anyone but himself and Mr. Weasley?
Great, and if I tell him, hey, I was with that guy, he's gonna throw me out too.
Yes, that's why I decided to hang back in the crowd.
Alright, maybe one of us should go and ask Nightshine?
But then we'll become associated with him.
I mean, Nightshine would have been removed far enough away that he wouldn't be able to see Nightshine anymore. That makes
Yeah.
I mean,
Lightning will
there's a lot of people around,
walk.
so he's easily lost in the crowd. But it's not that easy lost that you wouldn't be able to find him again fairly quick.
Yeah. Have him write it down on a piece of parchment.
Yeah. Lightning will go and walk over to Nightshine. Nightshine!
I believe Nightshine is talking to the guard at this point in time. What did you want to ask the guard, Nightshine?
Is that the mayor's father?
Roll me diplomacy.
Can I roll to... I don't know. Puppy eyes?
No.
Ooh.
So the guard who removes you from the situation isn't too much of a friendly one, and he doesn't seem too interested in your puppy eyes, and just simply sort of after removing you a suitable distance away from the situation, he just says, "Clear off now. We don't want to We don't want any more hassle. If if there is any more, then you may end up in the cells for the rest of the day. And he basically just walks away and leaves you. At which point,
How rude.
lightning will show up.
Lightning will walk up to Nightshine. Nightshine,
Yes.
what did you want to ask the man's father?
How everything went down. Do you
Are you
remember how in the other dimension there were people and something happened and shit went down?
Yes, that's it.
Eh, we know he was one of the Emperor's students.
Oh, you want to ask him about that? Okay, now I'll go tell them.
Lord Weasel is gonna follow Lightning.
Right, exactly. How do you want to ask the question?
How shit went down.
You want to ask him about what happened in the Everglow castle. Okay. Lightning will nod and walk over to Burn. All right,
With
Burn. What Knight wants to know?
All right.
Lord Weasel is gonna fly to Burnt's head.
Nightshine wants to know about what exactly happened when that big old castle demi-plane place completely fell apart and the entire empire kind of went down. He wants to know what the hell happened
All right.
and how, I guess, people survived.
So he wants to know about the schism. Or the
Yes, he wants
schism.
to know what the fuck happened.
All right.
It's quite obvious. Queen died and everyone went and someone found out.
All right. And this was what, 30, 40 years ago?
Apparently the mayor was one of the Emperor's students, you said? Or the Queen's students or something? What was that you
That's
said,
what
Nightshade?
that's what I said.
All right. Empress's students. Okay. And with that, he's going to return to the.
Well, it's Queen Liliana, so not really Empress, more Queen.
All right.
Technically, she
He's
is
going to
an
return.
empress, but she referred to herself as a queen.
All right. And with that, he's going to return to the mayor's father, and he's going to give a very polite and respectful smile before saying, "My companion wished to know what exactly happened to cause the schism.
Could Lightning walk up with him?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, Lightning would be there too.
yeah. He wishes to know about the schism that happened and how exactly everyone survived."
And he looks at you and goes, "You said he? Oh, I assume it's not this charming young lady next to you that wants to know then."
Oh, did you mess up my agenda? As she bumps Vern. You must have,
Yeah,
you must have misspoke.
yeah. I must have. Yeah. Of course. But yes. We are curious to know.
Well, miss, he goes, perhaps a pleasant mare such as yourself would like to share a drink or two, and I can definitely talk to you about my more finer years.
I would love to. As she offers a hoof to him.
The anti-college rising.
Do you require your, as he looks over Burns once again, your bodyguard to accompany us, or can I steal you away for a quiet drink?
Vern, do you mind?
Sure, it's fine with me.
Excellent.
Alright.
Either way.
I'll have a back
Go.
by this evening, I'm sure, as he will take he will take you by hoof and basically lead you away.
Mr. Weasel is gonna land on Lightning and follow them.
Mr. Weasel, could you go with Band?
He does not understand what you are saying.
This would be handle animal. I don't think either of us. Actually, I do have handle animal, but it's not very good.
Here we go. Oh, is he your pet or?
Oh, he's a familiar.
Oh, are you a
I'm a
spellcaster
bit of
then?
a spellcaster.
Ah,
Yes, I do know a little bit of spellcasting
well,
myself.
perhaps you can share a few little tricks with myself then. But if you want your familiar to come along, I have no objections.
He'll probably. Yes, he can just sit on my head as he likes to, apparently. She chuckles.
He gives a laugh. Huh. Funny little thing he looks. But come then.
She'll follow.
Um. So, he takes you towards the he will take you to a building which is not too far away, and he tells you, basically indicates it. This is the gentleman's club that he's personally set up for those who are of suitable wealth down here on the southern side, and he has basically it's an elite club, invitation only, and anyone who's anybody basically has invitations here, and you will be allowed in as his guest for this afternoon.
My, I've never been a +1 to such a fancy place before.
As he will take you into the basically the gentleman's club, where you will be supplied with alcohol and you can ask questions. So I will ask everybody. Do you guys want to see what happens in Lightning, or do you want to see what happens in the competition with Burnt and Alexandrite first?
You know what? I want to see what happens to Lightning.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's all down to Lightning. All right.
Alright. We will set Mr. Weasel down.
So he will take you to a sort of a more comfortable sort of seating chair. He sits down, and you get a sense that's probably his sort of favourite sitting spot. And the moment you sort of go, you sit down, there will be a waiter that basically comes over. He will order himself a bourbon, and he will basically then gesture towards you for what you wish to have.
I'll have the same thing. Last time I was in a place as high class as this, I was more dancing than drinking. She chuckled.
Oh. More ballroom dancing type of.
I can do any type of dance, really. I like to be flexible.
He gives a laugh and goes, "Well, maybe later on you can give us a show of how flexible of a dancer you are." He gives a
Perhaps.
dirty old man sort of laugh, and then he goes, "So you wanted to know about my what would you refer to him as? My
Apprentice?
no." When somebody's referring to like a time in
The
their life
final
when they were like
years?
at their peak,
Yeah, they're prime.
their prime. So when I was more in my prime, then
Mm. Yes. I heard that you had even studied under not Princess, Queen Liliana.
Ooh, you have done your research. Yes,
Hmm.
I was one of her numerous proteges, but
Hmm.
he, but then she passed from us before naming a successor, and then her inner circle tried to cover up her death, keeping it secret and running the government all on their own. That was definitely caused a fair amount of anger when that came out.
Could you tell me what happened? I know there was a riot, but I don't have any of the proper details.
I only know so much. It broke out amongst us fairly quickly. Once one of us knew, it spread like wildfire. I know there was a few of them that wanted to retrieve items of great interest, or at least wanted to confront the Queen's inner circle. Uh, I I cared little of that much direct conflict, to be honest, and I was part of one of the groups that saw to it that we would at least stretch some influence. There was a number of us, you see, and and well, each of us held enough influence that we could at least not necessarily all lay claim to the kingdom, but we could at least hold claim to a town, a city, or something like that, depending on our backgrounds, skills, wealth, and a number of other factors. And I
Hmm.
had the suitable requirements to establish myself. He gestures to obviously to around him to indicating the city to this fair fine place.
You've come up in the world then.
Well, certainly it would have been a little bit better if the Queen made the right choice and picked me as her successor, but we'll have to make do with what we can all get in the world when things have fall into our laps.
Yes. I can admire a man who takes what he wants when the chance comes and manages to keep that.
Well, it's not that easy keeping hold of things even now. I mean, I may not be the mayor anymore. He gives a chuckle, but I certainly hold enough influence, and with my son at least, he does well at holding my position of power. I may not be the figurehead anymore, but I still have a lot of sway in this city and what happens and what doesn't.
Ah, you worked. You work behind the shadows.
Now I do.
Honestly, that sounds like a better position to be in. That way you have well, it might sound uh, a little awkward considering that you're fun, but you do have a fall in case something goes wrong. You won't be the one in trouble.
He gives a laugh and gently sort of taps or strokes one of your hooves, and basically goes, "Ah, definitely a mare with a sharp mind there. It's definitely been a lot better for me in this position. Been able to maintain a more steady business not being as much in the limelight and sinking more into the shadows. I probably should have done that, done this a lot longer ago, but it was enough to establish what I needed, and it's kept me and very comfortable in life now.
Hmm. Yeah. Maybe we could work together sometime then.
Well, it depends what sort of business you plan to bring there. Bring.
Hmm. Well, I travel around quite a bit and come up with all kinds of information. If you'd like, while we're here, I could gather up a few interesting bits of information that you might like.
He gives a chuckle. Well, I already have those that secure information for me in my hometown. So
Oh, you
I won't.
work with a certain guild, do you?
I
She's
work with
smirk.
numerous ponies across the city,
Ah,
so I won't require any inside help, let's say. But
hmm,
there's definitely some help a mayor of your skills, I'm sure, could aid me with.
indeed. It all depends on what you need. She smiles.
But
Be it objects or other assorted things.
well, you said you're well travelled. What else have you found out about the outside world? Anything that a stallion of my sort of breed would be able to utilise or take advantage of?
Well, we have found some rather interesting things. Me and my companion from earlier. We did find the portal to the original castle that Queen Liliana resided in.
Oh, have you now? Well, that explains your more of your interest then.
Hmm. We've also found a rather interesting obelisk in the desert with black sand spewing from it.
He gives a frown. Oh, that sounds mightily odd.
Ominous. Yes, it was rather fun, accompanied with the nightmares that came from it as well. That sounds more like something to be wary of, but also definitely not something to ignore. The
Well,
black sand usually doesn't equal a good thing.
well, I don't plan to go anywhere near the desert or anything like that, so it shouldn't be of any concern to myself.
Hmm.
It'll be more something of the Persians or the sun ponies we'll probably have to worry about.
Hmm. We've also been investigating Ruin Ruin.
But I'm more of a stallion of exotic tastes and making a coin when they can. Perhaps you
Hmm.
can tell me of something that may be more suitable to those sort of things.
Hmm. Well, we have been investigating Ruin Ruin.
Oh, those are names that haven't been spoken about for some time.
Hmm. We've investigated a few near Town. One was completely empty, but the other holds some quite fascinating things in them.
Well, I know some of their items tend to be quite powerful.
We do plan to head back there soon after we finish a few errands.
Well,
But I do know that the part you the entrance is completely safe for the time being.
well, if you find anything of potential value in one of their rooms, I will most definitely be interested in procuring it,
Mm.
maybe, depending what it will do.
I'll keep an eye out for anything you might like then. We haven't found much other than elementals attacking us and things that we couldn't exactly carry out by ourselves. But we have found interesting things.
Well, if you bring it my way, I certainly will have a look at such things and see if anything is of interest.
Mm.
But for now, perhaps you would wish to return here later this evening, and we could share a more intimate drink, maybe.
I think I'd like that as she takes a drink of her bourbon.
Well, well, young lady, then I will look forward to our evening get together then.
Meanwhile, enlightening dinner thoughts. Oh boy, this is going to take some explaining to Alexandra.
And he goes, well, I think you have abducted me plenty of for plenty of time now away from the duties that I must perform. So
Mm.
I will let you get back to what you wish to. But
Mm.
do enjoy your drink and enjoy your drink before you go. And I
What
will
time
have.
should we?
If you come to the door, I will have somebody let you in.
Oh, a
We
personal
meet
invitation.
obviously at the gentleman's club rather than anywhere else.
Ah, all right then. As a Lightning will smile and leave, heading back to Baron.
Hmm.
He will go back and head
You
towards
also
the.
picked up Mr. Weevil.
Yeah, he will head back to the arts stand thing to basically judge a bit more.
Lightning's like, yeah, I am not giving you the fucking goggles.
Hmm.
Or my timey-wimey machine.
Hmm.
As she will walk back to Baron. Wow,
Hmm.
I learned
So,
quite a bit. I may have also accidentally gotten a date. She rubs the back of her head.
uh, do you do you need me to go along with you so that nothing?
I don't think you'll be invited, and if things do go wrong, I do have invisibility as the backup.
Fair enough.
And remember, it's not like I just can't pretend to be someone else. She whispers.
That's that is fair.
You are a
So,
genius. You can't turn into me.
Wait, what?
Imagine, he gets very close and he's about to kiss you, and then you transform into me.
This is just going to be awkward to explain to Alexandra.
you can always just say, you can always just not show up. You could cuck him over.
Or I could just not tell Alexandra.
I mean, that's
That's
also an
a bit of an
option.
issue. Until
Yeah,
the...
yeah, that's true.
I'm not going to cuck him, don't worry.
Well, I suppose Bernd is trying so hard not to laugh right now. Like, look
Eyes and some people.
I didn't expect he'd be so into me.
at that lightning, she sees Bernd's shit-eating grin get even bigger. Well, come on, let's get back to the arena. I know that before we leave, I need to do some research of my own.
I guess being the only girl in a bunch of guys really does pay off sometimes.
Mm.
This is why thoughts like to surround themselves with simps.
Ah, shit. You're all simp. You give money. you give Lightning all the money to take care of.
Like, oh my gosh, my 25,000 square foot mansion is under construction right now. I can't go inside to make food. Somebody give me $25 so I can send an Uber to buy me lunch.
I wait. Oh God! Now I'm imagining Lightning's bottled bathwater.
Oh God.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so
It's-
horrible.
It smells like lavender and shame.
Hmm. She looks at a night shine. I'm assuming you were using Mr. Weasel to listen in.
How would I do that?
I don't know. I think you can do that with familiars. I don't have one myself, so I wouldn't know.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna point Mr. Weasel to
Oh,
a
wait,
random
that's an Eidolon
stranger.
thing, not a familiar thing.
Night, Mr. Weasel is gonna land on some stranger's heads. And Nightshine is gonna concentrate real hard to listen to what Mr. Weasel is listening to. And he's not gonna be able to do it, but he's gonna keep trying for 5 minutes.
You're
I
both
have
fine.
a psychic connection with Mr. Weasel.
Yeah, I think you have an emotional connection, so you know if he's in distress or not, but I don't think you can just send thoughts that way.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's Eidolons.
Yeah, you can't do that. It is just emotions, I'm afraid.
It's not working.
Lightning will tell Nightshine. So, he doesn't know much about how it was found out, but he explained that a lot of people did not like the fact that the government was not being regulated by the Queen, who was dead. And that is why the riot happened.
I do hate the government.
Well, either way, we can't really.
You're right.
Government.
He proceeded to take advantage of all the chaos to get himself set up in Galloping Dam.
Actually, where is Steel?
He's on the boat
Steel?
looking after the queen.
You should tell him to come meet this guy.
He is also running the town from the shadows. His son is just more of a fall guy in case things go wrong.
I think our character knew that, like, when we first met him.
I mean, I did
Or at least-
really play up like it looks like he's in charge, but it really doesn't feel like he's in charge.
You wanna sense motive of the politician.
Boy, I cannot wait to talk to Alexandra about this.
I mean, you don't have to tell Alexandra. You could just say,
You know, yeah, he tends to rush in and not think about things, so he might just barge in on us while I'm trying to get as much information as possible out of this guy.
yeah, do you need me to keep him busy tonight?
I need you to be his bro. As she puts a hoof on his.
At
you?
that, he says, let me rephrase that. Do you want me to keep his mind occupied?
Yes.
Wink?
Okay, I might be able to
Whatever way you can, even if you have to do the ultimate sacrifice.
I'm not going that far.
Remember, it's not gay if it's a bro job.
Yes, it is.
I did not know you were into daddies, Burnt.
At that, he slams a hoof against the nearest wall and ends up making a very small crack in it. Just, I'm not that way.
I'm joking.
Yeah, he's like, oh, let's just get back.
All right. So while you guys were doing that, Alexandrite would have his fight. So this one is going to be a straight fight. Not going to be too complicated. You are going against a Pegasus who is a little bit more quick on their feet type of thing, rather than being more aggressive.
Okay.
So, what? I can't just grab an icon. Okay. For ease of everything, I'm just going to grab an ally icon. I'm going to bring Ritual Pen in and use her icon as the person. So, if you click on your icon and press the two swords to toggle combat stance. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to press the begin combat button.
Oh god, I forgot it has the your turn thing.
Yeah. So if you're going to roll initiative. Right. So it was just a straight roll. Theirs is a little bit higher up. I don't think I can edit it, modify it. Oh, I can't modify it. Cool. So theirs would be higher with the modifiers, which would be that much. Modify. Okay. So they would get the first turn. Alright, so they would take to the sky a little bit, actually. So they actually will get a little bit of height advantage against you. And they will fight defensively as they come in for their first attack. They are using a rapier. So they've got plus that, plus 1. So it's that, and then it's -4 for fighting defensively. Okay, so to try and hit you. 16.
I would not hit me.
No, I didn't think it would. Alright. Oh no, sorry, 17 because it's height. I forgot that.
Still wouldn't hit me.
Yeah. Alright. Your turn.
Right, so they're now in striking range, so
Yep.
I'm just gonna full round.
Yep.
Okay. They would miss.
And
They would also miss. They will give a little bit of a snicker, seeing you flail, and they will clearly feel that they have the advantage here. So they're going to push the attack, and they are going to make 2 attacks themselves. Oh, also remember you'll be getting a -1 to your to hit because you can't use your magical sword.
oh, okay.
So they have this to hit you. So this is the first attack.
That would hit.
Oh, we're not doing the whole. We're not doing the whole. This person's turn. This person's turn. So we won't worry about it too much. But anyway, that hits. So the. What number was that I rolled? 15. Okay, cool. Not a crit. It's a D8 rapiers? No, they're D6s. So they're just doing. They're not aiming to do a lot of damage, but they're aiming just to try and hurt you.
Is this like the other rules where it's just 2 hits and they win?
Pretty much. So they've got the first hit on you. They're making their secondary attack, which is minus. So that was a 9, -5. That's a +4. So the second attack will miss.
Yeah.
So you have you've taken first blood. Now, unless you can do double blood, then and if they get another hit on you, you are out. So your turn.
Yes, and I won't use my power attack, and I'll just try to hit them with everything I got.
Alright. Ooh, you cause 1 hit.
Alright. Oh, that was almost a 20.
So you scrape them for 10 damage. Clearly catches them and it hurts. They give a grunt, but they give a quick flap of their wings and then try and swoop down and get you with the rapier. Actually, they took damage. I should do a fly check. I forgot pluses, but no, they would still stay airborne just. Anyway, so they are going to swoop down and attack you with their rapier once more. Ooh, they will miss.
Mm-hmm.
They will take a secondary attack. Ooh, so close to an 18. Alright, with this one, they're actually going to flap their wings and they will 5-foot fly up out of your reach.
Alright.
So they are 10 foot up.
Okay, well then, I'm going to drop my sword and use my crossbow that I never use.
Okay.
You can do it, Alexandra.
And with I forget how I can't I can only do like single attacks with my crossbow, or
Yeah, you only better do a single
I forget
attack.
how to. Yeah. Nope.
The bolt goes flying. You hear a slight scream in the distance as it embeds into something else.
Oh dear.
It's fine, it ran into a bit of wood and the person next to it screamed because it was that close to him.
Alright. Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Alright. Ooh, what will they do? Do that. Now they're actually going to land on the ground, and given that the fact that you have a crossbow out, they're going to sort of push the advantage that you pulled that out, and actually no, they're going to 5-foot flap down to get the 4-round attack, which would be the no. If they just stop flying, no, that still counts as no. Flying's a weird thing. If you choose to descend, as long as it's no more than 10 feet, it doesn't count as moving and it doesn't provoke because it's flying is weird. So, oh, that was almost a 19. Oh wait, that would have only been a +8. Anyway, that would have been a +8, yeah, because +9 because of that. So they're doing a 5-foot fly. Therefore, can this land the blow?
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that would be 1 over.
So narrowly they managed to get their rapier just past you. And sadly that will be the sound of the bell as they nick, they just narrowly nick part of you, and that enough of it to indicate that you have been injured, and it would sound, and that would come to an end, I'm afraid.
Okay. Going to sigh and give a good fight to them. And I'll pick up my sword and sheath it and head off.
They'll shake your hoof to indicate a friendly match.
Take their hoof.
So there's no hard feelings, and they're not there to be mean. So they're just there to enjoy themselves. They do say, "Hey, you put up a good fight. If you want a drink, you can come up to the North Guild House of us fighters, and you can have a drink up there."
I may take you up on that offer.
You would, you live here, so you would know that this person would indicate that there's old guild halls to the north and south of the Seekers. That is no longer really the Seekers anymore. They're more of a fighting club, and there are competitions between them, between the north and the south, and it tends to be a bit of a betting sport, that sort of thing, where they do fight against each other.
Wow, but they broke the first two rules.
Well, they want people to bet and stuff, but yeah. So basically, they are the Northern Guild, and there's also the Southern Guild. And you got beaten by one of the Northerners.
Oh, okay, at least it wasn't dirty self.
Burnt. You got paired against a rather scary looking cleric who, well, I use the word cleric in brackets. I would say priest, except for they're not technically a priest. You probably more count them as a berserker, but they're a follower of Blaze, but hey ho. They use a two-handed, basically battle axe type thing.
Oh God.
They are older, which is probably the only thing which is going in your favour at this point.
All right.
But they're basically a barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good news. This will probably be easy to hit them.
Yeah. But at the same time, barbarians rage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know that they generally, just by asking around with the previous fight, he basically smacked one of the people out of the ring so hard that they sailed through the air and sort of landed clean out of the circle. And at that point, no one else went anywhere near him.
Oof. Well, this is gonna be fun.
And that's who you're fighting against.
Ooh, goody.
Show no mercy because you won't be shown any.
He gives a nod.
Just bear with me, I need to get the stats of the two-handed weapon they are planning on using.
It was a great axe, right?
Yeah, great axe.
All right. I think those are like. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it 2d10?
Nope. It's
Oh,
D12.
no. Yeah, it's a single D12. It's not nearly that powerful.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus, 2d10s.
No.
That's
Yeah.
I mean, I've made my own. In one of the settings I tried running in the past, I made my own weapons, but.
Yeah, Duty 10, that's like siege weaponry.
Yeah. But no, it's a D12, and they. They're times 3 weapons. That's about it, really.
All right.
Right, let me just grab their info. Right, if you want to add, click on your token, click on the little fight icon, add it to the encounter. Alright, so, and then roll the dice to roll your initiative. Ooh, good start. They rolled a 17. But what is their initiative? I've lost my barbarian. Where are they? There they are.
I guess that means he's disqualified.
There we go. Right. They have a +2. So 19. Okie dokie. So the barb. Oh, it's beginning combat. So, in this one, the barbarian will get to go first. They just sort of stand there, very much looking very menacing at you, more than anything, and they let out a very much a sort of a mighty roar at you, as clearly they become enraged, and they basically they take their two-handed axe in their mouth, raise it up, almost like waiting for you to come at them rather than them charging at you. And that will be their action. Your turn, Bert.
Oh no, I know this rage power.
Alright. Let's see. What Bernd is gonna do is he stand his ground, a defensive. He's going to use Intimidate, and what he's gonna say is, do you really expect me to fall for this? I'm no fool. What do you take me for, an idiot? And he's gonna try to, he's trying to get him to come.
Yeah.
He's trying to get the barbarian to come to him.
Oh, I get what you're doing.
Yeah.
But Intimidate does make you attempt to demoralize the person.
Yeah.
Just need to have a look at theirs. So it's their hit dice plus their wisdom bonus plus 10. So 10 plus that number plus what's the hit dice? Okay. With that, that clearly looked like it pissed them off.
Nice.
They come on their turn. I should
Right.
ask, are you moving?
No, I am not moving.
Okay, you're
right
intimidated, so with that, they just let out a cry and come just charging straight at you. Great axe at the ready. I am now just going to do some math to work out what pluses they've got to hit you.
But depending on what their build is, this could really hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've got that, and no, they've got this initially. Hang on, is that while raging, or do I have to include the rage?
Please don't have Vital Strike. Please don't have Vital Strike.
That's okay. Vital Strike is only used on confirmations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's a bit mean at the moment. And they're not out here to be mean, they're out here just to fight.
Yeah, you're the GM. It's your job to be mean.
No, I'm just I'm looking at their build, what I've gone with, and they do some things a certain way. Well, in some cases a certain way. I'm looking at it and going, no, they wouldn't do that. They're out there to make you bleed, not break your weapon. Alright,
I mean, that would be a good way to ensure a win. Is just break the guy's weapon.
yeah.
Oh yeah. That's what I was thinking of doing. I had to get him closer.
Alright, so
Yeah,
what would be what's the rate? Okay, so well, not raging. They don't see HP is. Hey, I'm just okay. So this is that is with everything raging by the looks of things. Okay, yes, that is that. All right. I've got to take off anything to do with. No, it is masterwork, so that's fine. That can stay on. All right, so it is that one on the hit to hit. But they are going to power attack, which means they do take minus that. All right, let's see if this hits you. Ooh, 17.
nope.
Thank goodness. So like scrape off your armor.
Let's see. My AC is 21.
So it would basically come off your armor because it's above your touch AC. Sparks fly as they swing their axe. Oh, I forgot the charge. That'd be plus 2, but it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
As sparks fly off your armor.
All right.
Well, that's good for you because now his AC is -2 because he charged.
Mm-hmm.
All right, your turn.
All right. What Bernd is gonna do is he gives this shit. Well, not shit-eating grin, but he's smirking as he uh says, you should have just ignored me. And so he's gonna do a full attack and is gonna aim at the barbarian's weapon.
So because you do not have improved sunder, if you attack in the weapon, they will get an attack of opportunity.
All right.
Actually, I don't think improved sunder is a feat. I think sunder is one of the universal combat maneuvers that doesn't have improved or greater.
It does, because I'm looking at this
Yes.
barbarian, they have those skills.
I apologize.
Well, he still gets an attack of opportunity on.
Yep, that's fine. So you're going for the weapon.
Yeah.
Alright, so they are going to do the attack opportunity. Still plus 12 because they have to power. No, it's plus 10 because they powered attacks. They have to power attack still.
Ooh, yeah, that one definitely hits.
Alright. So I need to now look at their damage. Alright, there we go. Where's their stuff? 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to find their attack. Here we go. Their powered attack. So that's 1d12 plus. So it starts at that plus that much. Take 20 points of damage.
All right. Let's see. That would be 60.
Alright, so you went to sunder their weapon. So
Yeah.
I think technically speaking, when you try and sunder a weapon, you actually roll CMB instead. So we'll just take.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll just take what your attacks anyway and turn that into your CMB. So what
All
is
right.
your combat?
Maneuver bonus.
Yeah,
10.
10. So
So
first
8
one is 18. That
and then
one.
24.
Why did it roll? Okay, so that's why it says it's 32. So you roll a 14, which is plus 10, which is 24. Alright, so I don't know why you rolled d20 twice, but yeah,
With
the
a full
second
attack.
attack, which is the 14, will you are able to sunder with.
All right.
Alright, so your sunder weapon as part of an attack in place of a melee attack. As a melee attack, provokes an attack if you attack it successfully, you deal damage to the item. Normally, damage that exceeds the object's hardness is subtracted from its hit points. If the object has equal or less heart points, it becomes whatever. Okay, so I need to look up. I think basically you just bounce off their weapon at this point, but I'm going to double check. Yeah, so your weapon just clashes straight with their blade and just completely bounces off. This is the point when you actually look at what type of weapon they're using. They do have a great axe, but it's actually made out of adamantine.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah.
He gives a heavy snort at you and your feeble attempt. So much that steam comes out of their nose. And he just simply goes, "Foolish attempt. Watch the power of blaze." He's going to sunder your weapon now. He has greater sunder, so you do not get an attack of opportunity.
All right.
I wasn't going to use this ability, but you went with it, so he's going to show you how it's done. Does greater sunder give you anything? Just +2s. Stacks with that when you sunder. Okay, right, so that's the bonus. Right, so this is his sunder on your weapon. So it needs to beat your CMD.
Yep. He got 8 over.
8 over, okay. I now have to look at the weapon strength. Here we go. No, yeah.
You have a katana, right?
Yeah.
Let me look at how much HP that has.
Yeah, because you're going straight to the HP. Oh, here it is. Alright, so he wasn't power attacking, so it's straight weapon damage. So +7. Because he's raging. Yes. Ooh, only 10 damage.
All right. Let's see.
See, adamantine bypasses the hardness, so how much HP does your sword have?
That would be out of not ultimate magic.
Alright, let's have a look here.
Let's see. It's a one-headed blade, so hit points would be 5, and hardness would be 10.
All right.
All right. So it's shattered.
Yeah. Alright, so they smash your weapon, completely, and so it's got 5 hit points, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He then deals 5 hit points worth of damage to you as he basically just
Oh.
drives through your weapon and into you.
All right. So I guess that's when the bell rings.
Yeah.
Huh. Well,
Oh.
that was a good fight. Okay.
Milk Thistle is going to tilt his head and he's going to walk over to the judges. And Milk Thistle is going to ask the question. The rules did say that no magic is to be used during the fight. It is simply a test of martial skill, correct?
They would confirm that, yes.
Does this also prevent people from using supernatural abilities that would enhance themselves?
I think Raging is a extraordinary ability.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
But it's not something that's strictly based on martial skill, so it could be argued that he enhanced himself similar in a magical fashion.
if it was a spell-like ability, then they would agree. But I'm just going to double check the barbarian because I've not looked what it comes under.
It's either extraordinary or supernatural ability, but I know it's tied directly to the class.
Yeah, it is something special to the class. That's for definite. Rage. I've got to see what EX stands for.
But Milk Thistle is trying to make the argument that he did enhance himself beyond what he is naturally capable of doing.
Alright, so it is an extraordinary ability rather than supernatural, and they will rule that it does not break the rules as it does not rely on magic to function, and the
Very
stipulation
well.
is no magic.
Fair enough. With that, he's going to start picking up the shattered remains of his katana to try and reforge it at some point. Well, can't say I should have expected. Can't say I expected this, but and honestly, I should have just struck at you instead of your weapon. But I didn't realize it was adamant.
Should have gone for the disarm instead of the sunder. You got greedy, kid.
Yeah.
You flew too close to the sunder. Oh, come on, that was good.
It was most painful. Alright, so if he doesn't say anything to him, he's
Nope.
head on back.
He believes that he made his point with his weapon.
He's gonna smile, taking it in stride.
Milk Thistle.
Oh, sorry, Cal.
Milk Thistle approaches Burned, and he's going to ask him if he has a backup weapon.
Yes, I have that tomahawk still.
Okay. And he's going to look for his wands, because they're in here somewhere. Here they are. And you're going to get hit twice over the next minute with infernal healing, so you heal that damage.
Alright. Alright, so that takes me up to 75.
Okay.
I will walk up to Burn and say, that was a noble attempt.
Indeed, but if I plan on becoming part of the Chaos Knights, I'm gonna have to focus from now on.
There was an opportunity for both of you to take that I think you overlooked. You could have prepared to attack them as soon as they came into range and ambush them.
This is true.
Especially you, Alexandra. If you go against a flying enemy again and you know they are going to be out of range when it's your turn to attack, prepare to attack them as soon as they are in range.
I mean, out of character, I don't think I could have really done that, considering I only have one hand, and
No.
I-
So basically,
Yeah,
they fly at your range. You prepare an attack. They've got to come in close to do it. So they fly in close to attack you. You then swipe because you prepared your attack. They get their attacks.
Okay.
I do see an opportunity for a flying character to cheese a fight by using a reach weapon. That would have been difficult. But using a rapier only has a range of 5 feet, so they would have had to come into your range to attack you.
I was expecting the cheese myself. Was like, okay, well they have the range, they have the flight advantage, so they can just like try to shoot me or something. Considering they have better decks, I imagine they'd be better at that.
No, this was the more the sword fighting one. So most people were going to be fighting with swords rather than pulling out crossbows and stuff.
Oh, okay. Did I get like nasty looks then pulling out a crossbow?
People were surprised.
Hmm.
That's why there was nothing up to stop flying objects. Hence why your crossbow went pew and somebody screamed because obviously no one was prepared for that bit. If it makes you all better, the actual winner of this particular competition is a Antean with a reach weapon.
Yeah, that makes a hell of a lot better.
All right. Yeah, what was their championship fight like? Can you give us a quick rundown?
So, the two final contestants is a more younger Blaze follower who's only just sort of come of age. So they've got quite of young energy behind them and a sort of can-do attitude, which kind of carried them as far as they've got. So they were sort of very much got themselves a little bit overconfident, but were fairly good and sort of well trained. Clearly, a lot of their masters have obviously paid a lot of attention and gave them plenty of skill pointers. The Antean very much had a very much stand their ground sort of attitude in regards to letting the fighters come to them, and it's one of their fights where both of them stood up, had a standoff against each other. Literally, the Antean just 5-foot stepped each turn, one step closer to them until they didn't really have much choice in the matter of they needed to do something. So the Antean was just going to corner them and just stab them. So
he did the fucking 3.5 chain weapon tactics.
Yeah. So the Antean basically just braced themselves with their weapon for the potential incoming attack. There was a bit of a standoff again, but the Antean was very much the more patient one, where the Blaze individual was definitely the more impatient and did push the attack first of all. And the Antean scored a hit as they come charging in. But they did manage to land a strong blow on the Antean themselves. But the Antean very quickly countered them and actually basically obviously did a sort of a 5-foot step maneuver to get round and managed to get a sharp blow on them as well. So the fact that they had the reach weapon gave them the advantage more than anything in the combat.
Very nice. And
Indeed.
he's a young follower of Blaze, you said?
The loser was a young follower of Blaze. The winner, which was the Antean, is very much an outsider.
Interesting.
Oh.
We should go speak to him. Congratulate him on his victory.
Indeed.
Is he being pulled away by the judges or one of the mayors, or does he have a moment?
They are. I mean, he's been talked to by one of the Blaze individuals who did not compete in the fighting. and they're being congratulated and stuff like that. And there are individuals who are talking to them, but none of the city mayors at the moment.
All right, well,
if you wanted
Milkfist was
you
going
would have an
to.
opportune moment to speak to them.
Yeah, Milkfist was going to walk up to him.
Yeah.
Very-
I'll follow.
Burned will follow as well.
A very impressive fight. As a matter of fact, the strategy you used to win was what I had suggested to them, so it was nice to see it in practice. Who did you train with?
He thanks you for your compliment, and he simply goes. Hang on, I'm just trying to get some information on this individual because I do have some information on them. Must be this one. Yes, it is. Okay. Where is the info? So I have the name as well. He gives you a nod, and he sort of carries himself sort of as a sort of standing very tall, but he comes across like a very gentle sort of individual, almost like yes, he has that sort of very strong sort of stance, but he has like a soft look, what almost is almost caring look over you all. And with a warm smile, he gives, I've travelled many places, and mostly through self-discipline and the places I've travelled to and learnt from. That's where I have learnt the art of fighting.
Huh. I see. So you're a self-trained. Not bad. Nice form.
He does seem to be one of the more well-armed individuals. He also he is putting on what you can see as full plates when you actually find him, but he was not wearing it in battle. And he
Why
goes,
weren't you fully?
"Oh, sorry.
Why weren't you fully armored during the fight?
I felt that I already had one advantage. I should not award myself too much."
Quite honorable of you.
Indeed. It's very, very rare to find honor in certain places the days.
Well, there is a set code that I choose to live by, and that is what I hold myself to.
Set code. Please do tell me this. I am curious.
So he. No, that's. So I'm just reading up on some other bits.
I just thought of a very cancerous build, a flying natural cavalier.
I mean, you could do that.
I
It's
know,
not-
but It would be so cancerous just having reach and completely flying past your enemy. You basically get flyby attacks without having to do the feat.
Ooh.
Oof.
He simply says to uh, to ensure that you spread goodness and to be brave and heroic when the time comes, not to let the weak come to harm, and to protect the innocent.
Sounds like a paladin code.
Could be a paladin code or a samurai's code. Well, oath, so to speak.
What is your name, champion?
Now, I'm going to give you the name which I have written down here, but I don't. I have a feeling I might have given somebody else this name, so if I have, I will change it. His name is Strong Mountain.
Strong Mountain.
Doesn't sound familiar.
Cool.
I think we have a strong heart, and
Okay. All right, that's fine. So it's Strong Mountain.
Well, it is a pleasure to meet you. I am Burned Requiem.
and
Yeah,
Alexander.
And the pleasure.
And I am.
Oh, sorry.
That we're just all introducing ourselves.
Fair enough.
Strong Mountain, have you given consideration of where you'll travel to after this?
I have not. I've heard of
If you're
I've heard rumours of a few things building, and this place has spoken of trouble to the north of an invading army. So I will perhaps travel north to investigate further.
If I could make a suggestion, I would like to suggest that you travel to Belgium and support the growing army there that we are building to defend against the human invaders.
We could use someone of your caliber.
Is still?
Yeah.
Strong Mountain is one of the people back in Village Town taking care of the militia.
Sorry, who's that? Say again.
Captain Strong Mountain. They are part of the militia back in Village Town.
That's it.
I thought they had a strong heart.
I reading the logs on the server, and this is something that Milk wrote down.
You know what? It's possible to meet more than one John Smith in your life, so Strong Mountain could be a common name.
No, it's not.
Oh no, the captain of the guard was called Rocky Mountain. Because I've just double checked my city logs. It's Rocky Mountain is the captain of the guard, if that's what you're referring to. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello.
Alright, so
Yeah, I may have typed down the wrong name, or they could both share the same name. Doesn't matter. Going off of what Byrne had just mentioned, Milk Thistle says, yes, in fact, we are attempting to rebuild the Empire, and we're in need of champions. If you're interested in protecting the weak against an invading army, we could certainly use you in Villager Town. You could inspire a lot of people. A lot of ponies.
he gives a nod. Then it sounds like my next travels will take me north. If there are those that need protecting, then that's where I will be.
Will allow us to officially recognize you as champion of Galloping Dam.
Indeed.
I
You have
was
certainly earned it.
I was told as such, and I will be awarded a prize later this afternoon. So I will remain to accept my reward, and then I will head north the day after.
We can give you directions.
Ah, thank you. That would be most appreciated.
Actually, I might go talk to the other fighters from that club.
Club? They sound like they have alcohol. Lead the way.
Hmm. I might go and try to do some research on something personal. Either, well, that and also get myself see if I can't afford a new weapon.
Oh yeah, Lenny, don't you have a date?
I
Uh,
do.
Sorry, what?
at that, Bird just face hoofs.
Right.
Damn.
Alexandra is right there.
Seriously, Night Shine?
Really? You just ruin it.
At that, Burn just puts up his two arms in frustration, pockets his shattered katana, and goes off to the library.
Whether it's going to look at Lightning and say, I trust this isn't a romantic evening.
Obviously.
Alright, I'll put my trust in you.
Thank you, sweetie, as she gives him a kiss on the cheek.
He'll smile and kiss her back.
It's just information gathering. And potentially.
If you need me to find anyone, just tell me.
Hmm?
If you need me to smite anyone, just say the word.
I'd rather we didn't make an enemy of Galloping Bear. Oh, Silver Dream. That's still a bit of a problem. We'll have to deal with sometime.
We only need one mayor.
Funny. But yes, I should get going, as Lightning will get changed into her courtier's outfit, leaving her armor behind.
And Alexandra will head over to the fight club.
Let's drink.
Have fun in your club.
So, I guess one question I have is, what is Milk Thistle getting in all this?
What do you mean?
Like, he sees that the group is splitting up. Burns, obviously frustrated with White Sh- so he went off to the library. Lightning has her date. Alexandrite and Nightshine are going to go get drunk.
I'm not getting good drunk.
I am.
You say you're not going to get drunk.
You are my friend who's gonna take care of me when I'm drunk.
Milk Thistle is going to stick around because there's champions and winners to announce, and Milk Thistle wants to see the art and culture portion of the festival.
That's fair.
And Lightning will head to the gentleman's club.
Oh, man. Sorry, go on.
Oh, no, that was all I was saying.
Uh, I may have lost, but you know what? It was fun.
I believe the courtier's out, I guess.
I should have been more on the offensive.
You should have kicked his ass.
Yeah, I should have, but well, it is what it is. Learning experiences.
Courtier's out.
Every fight you come back from is a fight you can learn from.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. I got a nice, my fancy outfit takes away the penalty from trying to could do diplomacy with nobles.
All right, and I'll be right back. I need to go take care of something real quick.
Enjoy your poop.
It's not poop. It's not poop. Believe me.
It could be pooped.
God damn it! I look at another chat that I'm he part of.
Right,
Someone's
so,
like, what? Like, someone's become racist.
alright. What's it doing? Okay. So you have a word with Strong Mountain and encourage him to go to Villager Town after here. And I think most people were like preparing for like the evening stuff, so heading to the Northern Fighting Guilds, getting ready for their date. Was anyone else doing anything else?
Drinking.
Yeah, he's drinking. Just as Milk Thistle said, he wants to stick around to see the champions be named, and he wants to see the judging of the arts and culture competition.
Ah, yes. Yep. So that sort of kind of happens towards obviously the end of the day. The first one competition that is judged is the art competition. The selected piece what wins overall is actually a rather well crafted piece of furniture that is basically like a table with a glass top, and the sort of central bit what holds the table up is actually a depiction of the dam itself, but it's not like it's the dam sort of partly being constructed, um, and that's what was basically chosen to win the art piece competition, and that was actually somebody from the northern side that had designed and made that. And it was selected for its design and sort of representation of the actual dam itself, and what the festival what it was, the fact that it was built, the dam was originally built to obviously bring the two sides together.
Okay, very good.
Represent.
Were there any submissions that spoke of the history of the empire and trying to reunite all of the cities back into one? Any kind of banners, artwork, sculptures, music, even?
Most of it was focused around mostly focused around Galloping Dam and sort of the kind of union they have together, if there was anything. There was nothing too much focused on the Empire at large, to be honest.
Not what I was hoping for, but unification of the city is a step in the right direction.
So there was those sort of things. So yes, most of it was around the unification of the city more than anything. I'm afraid, nothing at the wider empire. The next one was obviously the various fighting ones. Most of the competitors in the various competitions, there is a gold amount that they win, as well as depending on the form of competition they took part in. They also was awarded a weapon, a particular like kind of crafted weapon type thing, and it's and it was what was awarded to him in that regard. So your individual who won Strong Mountain he is obviously awarded the weapon and the gold amount. He does state that he will plan to donate the gold to sort of basically the equivalent of local charities. I believe there probably will be like there's probably an orphanage or various other sort of more like homeless shelters, that sort of thing. That he does state that he will be donating his winnings to. He does accept the weapon, even though it's definitely not sized for him. But he accepts that as his sort of trophy in a sense.
Cool.
Nice.
Which weapon did he use in his fight?
He used. I now have to double check it. Weapons. No. Here we are.
I'm reminded in 40K, there's multiple armies that have standard bearers, and they're basically just an aura unit that anything that's within a certain amount of inches of them gains like morale bonuses or higher leadership. And if they get stuck into combat, they literally use the banner as their weapon. So you get smacked in the face with a giant flagpole.
It was a Helbeth.
A Helbeth? Or
I'm probably
What
pronouncing
is-
it wrong.
Halbert?
Halberd, yeah.
Halbert. Okay. It's a polearm. Nice.
Yeah.
Could we get a general sense of what kind of class he is in character? Like, does he appear to be a fighter, or does he have some kind of specialized class?
You get the sense that he strikes you as more of the paladin type, but I think we've got a lot of paladins, so I think I would say he's a fighter, but he has a strong code of conduct that he goes by. So you probably get the sense that he's a lawful good individual.
I can dig that.
Yep.
All right. Well, congratulations to him. Milk Thistle will have to ponder a few things. But we do have the champion of Galloping Dam headed to defend Villager Town, which is a huge boon.
This is true.
Right. And as for the racers, what is the decision there? Who won?
All right. So what everybody's been waiting for, and everyone sort of draws breath as the cards are basically opened up, and are read aloud. And what it actually comes down to is there's a 2-second difference between the winner and the loser, or first and second place, and it turns out that the winner is from the south side by 2 seconds.
Very nice.
Ooh, indeed.
And 2 seconds running at a full sprint, that's actually a considerable amount of distance, so that was very good. Okay, and now the moment of truth. Milk Thistle is watching very carefully to see how the North and South Mayor respond to this. How do they treat the winner, and how do they treat each other?
Roll me sense motive.
Oh, sense motive. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
19.
All right. So, as the times are read out, it's very clear that the Southern Side Mayor is very quickly happy, almost celebration, and he's happy that his side won basically. The Northern Mayor, there's a moment of clear disappointment in her face that they lost. but she does quickly recover that, and she does put on a smile and basically sort of hides any sort of upset and what on the fact that her side basically lost the running of the dam, but she does well to hide it. But once that moment's over, she obviously shakes the hand of the winner. She jointly presents the trophy to the winner with the Southside Mayor, and she doesn't try and sneak away or anything else like that. She takes part in all the stuff and remains around even when it all finishes, talking to people, that sort of thing. So she's not basically storming off annoyed that her side lost or anything like that, if that's what you're trying to watch out for. But there was a clear moment of disappointment that her side lost.
All right. Well, considering the circumstances, I think we had. Yeah, I think she performed extremely well. Understandably disappointed, but she didn't let that interfere with her duties. Good job. All right, so that's done. Yeah, Milk Thistle's unsure of what to do, so he's just gonna mingle.
All right, no, that's fine. I mean, there's plenty of people you can mingle with, talk to, attempt to convert. Um,
Uh, Focusing less on conversion, Milk Thistle will congratulate both the Northerners and the Southerners for coming together to put all this together so quickly. He's very pleased to see them working together and trying to reunify their cities. And he'll put in little hints like, imagine how much greater our civilization could be if we reunited, all of the towns together. If this town with its differences can come together, imagine all of what is our nation called?
Everglow.
I didn't hear that, sorry.
Everglow.
Imagine how strong Everglow could be. So he'll spend his evening doing that.
Okay, so I just want to get an idea where people are going. So we've got Milk Thistle mingling. We have Alexandrite going to the north to celebrate with fighting friends.
Yeah, and secretly try to get them to help out Village to Town.
Okay, we'll come to that in a moment. Lightning, you are going to
On a
going to speak to old people.
gentleman's club.
Yeah, gentleman's club. Nightshine, what are you doing?
I'm following Alex.
Cool.
I heard about the club.
Cool. You're going with Alex. Burnt. So you want to do some sort of research.
Yes.
Where you going and what sort of research?
It is going to be one of the libraries, whichever one has newspapers or records of deaths from 18 to 20 years ago, and he's gonna do research on his family heritage, and see if there was anything special about them besides the reason that they're.
Besides the reason that they're. You said you were going to find out what was special about them, other than besides the fact that they were, and you cut off.
I'm sorry about that. Besides the fact that they were murdered.
Murdered. Okay. All right. So. Right. So most of the places are closed up, but there would be at least one luminance priests who wouldn't necessarily be. They would be out there trying to encourage people to read more books and potentially try to maybe sell some of the books what they can sell to do with the library and stuff like that. If you did ask to go about going in, they would say that there's no one on duty to assist you, and as long as you have your library card, then you are more than welcome to go in.
I didn't think about that. Well, shit. How much is it gonna cost me to get like?
Oh, it's just one silver piece, and they quickly go in and basically ask you a few basic questions, and they then kind of stamp the sort of bit of paper what it is, and hand you a not necessarily the most robust of library cards, but it'll be something which you can keep on yourself. She goes, if you do lose your library card, then it's easily replaced. It just costs one silver piece.
All right, fair enough. Do you by chance know where I'd be able to find newspaper articles from 18 to 20 years ago? Mostly on deaths on the roads around in between here and Bristol.
She
I'd be like, what's a newspaper?
We won't have anything from that far away from the city, I'm afraid. If any deaths happened over there, it's very rare that it would reach here, and if it would have to be of people of probably very significant importance for it to even be printed here.
Fair enough.
But if they were members of the town, there would be records of them in the old record rooms underground.
All right. Well, doesn't look like it's gonna work here. I'll have to go over there and check. Thank you. It's still useful to get a library card either way. So.
You can add one library card to your gear.
Yep. Alright, done that, and he's going to head back to the he's gonna go over to where Thistle's at and being with there.
Obviously, because you got a few NPC stuff. I believe you'll probably find that Whispering Pen will probably be with the Luminance Priest, giving them a hand with stuff like that. So you would see her there, burnt, and you guys probably would have noticed Swift Gadget somewhere in amongst the crowd, probably drinking too much.
Okay.
You were going to go and join Milk Thistle, were you?
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna rejoin with Milk Thistle.
All right. So, Nightshine and Alexandrite. So you guys are going to try and convince the fighters and stuff here to join up with the war effort, or at least you are, Alexandrite. I think Nightshine's here to drink.
If I listen that he's trying to do that, I'm gonna help.
Okay. Alright, so I mean, you're welcomed in. It's basically it's not too. It's a bit sort of a rowdy place. There's definitely sort of plenty of noise and stuff. There's the occasional sort of small sort of bit of wrestling what goes on between a fair number of people. It's quite a rowdy place type of thing. But there's definitely like a strong camaraderie between the fighters in this place, and you get a feeling that they know each other very, very well. And yeah, you can speak to the person, the combatant who invited you here, and I mean, depending on what you want to talk about, how quickly you want to go into the fact that they want to join up and fight depends on what happens basically.
I'll not push it too hard for at first, and just come for the drink and be all chatty and friendly.
Yeah, I mean, most of the conversation stays around about fighting and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Um, she, they will mention a few pointers in regards to better stances and various possible ways to stand and that sort of thing. And I mean, the sort of recommendations they seem to be giving you are very much more be on your toes, always keep moving. It's very clear that they're a Pegasus, and their attitude to things are very much a Pegasi sort of point of view, where obviously you're more of an Earth pony, and a Gem pony at that, so you're more sort of solid to the ground, more sturdy sort of feel. So
The gem pony with heavy armor.
yeah, so there's a very big clear difference between your fighting styles, and a lot of potentially their recommendations might not always merge over as well, but it's what they are. That's what they're recommending.
So like probably like after a few drinks, I'll say, so have you heard about the human army coming towards Villager Town?
Yeah, they would indicate that that sort of thing spread through. Seems to be spreading through the city sort of like wildfire. It's what almost anyone's talking about at this point in time. Who knows what's going to happen? Everyone's sort of a bit worried and wondering if the humans are going to come this way if they win, and all that.
So are you and your friends going to join at all, or try to
They give
hit them off with the...
they give a little bit of a laugh and sort of wave a hoof. Oh, we're not those sort of not we're not we're not fighters of war. We're entertainers. We're there to entertain people, not to like actually kill people.
I see. Well, I mean, there's a lot of non-combat fence there who could probably use a teacher or something like that. Even if you're not going to fight, you can help others.
Um, well, we're all kind of under contracts and stuff. They kind of look over to like the other side of the place, which it's sort of more quiet. It's and but it's sort of open on like the far side. But no one's gone over there or anything like that. But they sort of glance in that direction. Well, we're all kind of under contracts, and we can't just sort of get up and fly off and do what we want. I mean, we can get out of our contracts, but we kind of have to pay if we want to.
I'm just going to take a look over at what's in that area that everyone's glancing at.
So what you see is a Persian sat there, drinking some wine and reading a book.
Mm, I see. And I take it he's the one who's got you under contract?
They give a nod. Yeah, he kind of runs this fighting guild, and basically is organises fights and betting and basically just sort of, well, I suppose runs the place. Or owns the place, anyway.
That character, I was not expecting this, so now I'm just like, shit, what do I do?
Negotiate with a Persian.
Yeah. Lightning, we need you. Alright,
Wait, what do you need me for?
there's a Persian who's got these guys under contract, and it's like, oh no.
Wait, why do you need me to deal with it?
Because this is very Thieves Guildiness.
Oh, are these the Thieves Guild?
No, it's the Fighters Guild.
But I got the same kind of vibe as the other fighting ring that.
Why'd you need me to do it? Last time it happened, you rushed us out of town and got us basically we can't go into Silver Dream at the current moment. Except Lightning, because because she could just change her appearance on a whim. And Burned. Burned is fine. Burned can walk wherever Burned pleases.
And Milk Thistle.
Yeah, I don't think most of this would get kicked out of there.
Oh, and Milk, and I guess. Oh wait, we can just use Steel to replace Alexandrite. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know Steel's mentality, but I don't think you have a better reaction than Alexandrite did with.
Hey Steel, would you like to help us blow up a Thieves Guild?
Yeah. Anyway, Alexandrite will walk up to the Persian.
The Persian will finish taking